Hello, everybody. It is Monday. I am ItsKim. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you've not watched my show before, hi, I'm ItsKim. I am a YouTuber. I'm a pop culture commentator. I love to talk about things like Britney Spears. She's my favorite, but I also love to talk about psychology, mental health, and everything to do with pop culture. Um, we have quite a show today. We have a lot to go over today. I'm super excited to be here. If you are watching on the replay, that's totally cool. Hi, replay crew. There will be a pinned comment in the comments down there that will have links or timestamps to what you need to see to be able to go to different parts. So I hope everybody is doing super good. I am going to have to do something very quickly. I've got some audio going off in the room that should not be going off, and I don't have anything to put on. So I need 1 second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. 1 second. And I am back. I'm sorry about that. It's one of those things, you know what I mean? Live. It's always fun. We do it live and we find out things that aren't going right when we go live. Well, there's already some support coming in, which is amazing. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you to Denise, who's been a member for 6 months. Much love to you, Denise. My goodness. I know one day, hopefully, we will meet up because I know we kind of like, I feel like we keep missing each other on stuff. So thank you so much for your support as always. You are so kind and so, so sweet. I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much to Carbonite Stardust, who has been a member for 3 months. Thank you so much. And you are also happy tooth support. Welcome. Like, congratulations on your 3rd month as well. It's awesome. It's awesome. And thank you so much to General Scott for gifting 5 memberships right off the bat. That is so kind of you. And also thank you very much for the PayPal you sent as well. It means a lot to us. We very much appreciate it. And welcome to the new Space Angels as well. And thank you so much to Shauna for gifting 5 memberships. My goodness. Whew, this is a lot to start out. Thank you very much, Shauna, for your continued support. As always, it is incredible. And also, happy Monday, bestie! Justice for Brittany. Thank you, Linda, for the record, your honor. My wonderful, wonderful mod, whom I love very much. Thank you so much for your support, as always. You know, on YouTube and off. Much love. And Jules, you've been a member for a month. Hi! You're a brush of fresh air. Well, so are you. So are you. So are you. I miss you. We should talk more. I miss you. Matt Bond, hi. Member for 14. Oh my gosh. I can't believe how long I've known you now. This is absolutely wild. It's so wild. I just said, okay, Larry, it's time for the theme song. Cue the Veggie Tales right now. So I'm just double checking the chat here, catching up with you guys. I am so happy to see so many of you here. That is so kind of you. Please consider hitting that like button. Please consider hitting that subscribe button if you have not. My analytics tell me everything, and I know that there's at least 20% of you here watching that are not subbed. And I'm calling you out on it. Sub. I'd love to see you join. Wendy K just came in. I'm new here. Hi, Wendy. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Space Angels. Today, we're going to go over a few things of news. I'm excited to go through this. I am going to give a warning that we are going to be going into speculation station today for something. It would be amazing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Sorry, I just saw a few things go by. Oh my goodness, Jamaica. She said, I'm here, especially after my car accident today. I got lucky. I hope you are okay. My goodness. Oh my goodness. I hope you are doing all right. That's a lot. That's a lot to go through. And I'm so, so sorry. But I am glad you are here. I'm glad you're here. All right. So, producer sister today has, after we do our main story, which we're going to talk about, we have our What the Wut section, which is always where we go over something on the internet that is wild, interesting, funny, all that type of stuff. And I keep saying that I need to drink. And she's brought me some wine. Oh, okay. All right. So I think we got a few things. So this will be fun. I may be drinking today. We may be drinking. We'll have fun because we are concluding the saga of the mother-in-law of cruise control that you guys have been hearing about over the last week or so. I'm very excited, and it's going to be a good time. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, and I'll do that one. Okay, sounds good. I don't think I've ever actually drank on camera before. I don't think I have. I might have done it once, maybe. And I think I might have had a drink when Johnny won, but I can't remember. We may be drinking today. It'll be fun. Oh, okay. Jamaica just said it's okay. My car spun 3 times in the rain after being cut off. Oh, luckily my front and back bumper are my major hit points. You know what? Bumpers can be fixed. And honestly, out of all the things that can break in your car, that's not a terrible one to have happen. It's awful to be in a car accident. I am so glad you were okay and your car protected you the way that it should have. So I also just had Project Metal Music. Hello. Hello. What does my shirt say? This is my new favorite sweater. I saw this and I felt very basic, but I had to get it. Yes, I'm cold. Me 24/7. This is accurate. I have Reynolds phenomenon. It's incredibly accurate. So, yeah, it'll be fun. Alrighty. So, story today. Here we go. You guys are probably going to be a little bit surprised on where we go on this. I also wanted to ask you, if this is screen 1 and this is screen 2, which one do you guys prefer? 1 or 2? Just put a 1 or a 2 in the chat. Let me know. And Denise, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. That is so kind of you. That brings us up to 20 gifted memberships already, which is incredible. Thank you, Denise, for your support for the 6 months and then everything else. Okay, I'm seeing a good amount of 2. So we're good with this? I'm seeing more 2. Like a lot more 2. Okay, we're going to stick with 2 for now. If you guys decide you don't like it, let me know. We can change back. Nice thing is this is, we can change it anytime. Alrighty. So this weekend in Britney world, things got a bit nuts. Like really crazy. I was not expecting the way that this weekend went. There are a few moving pieces to this story, and I'm going to do my best to explain them all in the best detail that I can. So as we go through this, it's important for me to let you guys know that this stream will include speculation and opinion. I am going to be sharing my speculation and my opinion in one part in particular, which I will let you guys know. But in general, this is my show. I do share my opinion, and that's what it is. Always do your own research. If you have questions about why I have the opinions I have, you are welcome to check out my source doc, which is in the description of this video. And you can take a look at all the links that I looked at that helped me form my opinion. So if you need to check that out for yourself, you are welcome to do so. Also, hi, YouTube human reviewer. Hi. Nothing explicit is going to be shown. I have gone to great lengths to make sure that trigger words are censored, that things are the way that they should be on your platform of what you have asked us to do via the community guidelines. I'm doing my best every stream because I want to respect this platform. And also, please do not send hate to anybody. It's not cute. Here we go. So to start, Britney turned 42 on December 2nd. Happy birthday, Britney. And there was a get-together / party on December 1st where her mom, Lynne, and her brother, Brian, attended. But 2 a.m. that night, Britney, Cade, her best friend / sort of manager, I don't know how you want to define it. He's Cade. Britney, Cade, and it appears Brian, her brother, left the party and went to an emergency vet clinic. And it seems that Snow, her new little puppy, had a medical emergency. And Britt looked a bit rough running out to emerge. And Cade didn't even have any shoes on. They just went. And we don't know what happened specifically with Snow, but we do know that Snow is doing okay, and that is what is important. I've been to emergency vets twice in my life, unfortunately, in the middle of the night. I can tell you neither time was fun. It's incredibly stressful, incredibly scary, and sometimes time is of the essence, and there are times that you just run. you just go. So I'm very happy that Britney had family and friends around her that were able to support her and getting Snow the care that they needed. So it's good to know. However, this reunion has led to some mixed feelings. But before we get into that, I want to go over this article from the Daily Mail that goes into what happened. I also want to let you guys know I do see some of the support coming in. I'm going to go through it all when I'm finished the main story just so I can focus. My 84K is very bad today, if you have not already noticed. And I just want to make sure that I am doing the story justice. And then I will absolutely have more of a conversation with you guys about what is going on in the chat. Okay, so pictured, Britney Spears reunites with estranged mother Lynne. Singer sweetly embraces mom as pair mend explosive feud on her 22nd, 42nd birthday. I mean, she is 22. Like, we're all 22 still. We're all still feeling 22. I don't know about you. After Lynne was accused of selling the star's belongings. Britney reunited with her mom Lynne for her 42nd birthday on Friday night as they appeared to put their explosive feud behind them. The mother and daughter duo were pictured in sweet snaps shared to social media, with one showing Britney cuddling up to Lynne, 60, on the couch. In the lovely photograph, Lynne appeared to be running her hand through Britney's blonde locks, with her head resting against her daughter's. Another adorable photo shared to hair colorist, I don't know how to say her name, is it Bally B? The Instagram account showed Britney holding her mom in her arms while she twirled in the air. You go, Brit. You go strong, Britney. Yes. The pop icon, who had an emergency with her puppy during Friday's birthday bash, was also spotted leaving her manager Cade's husband's house on Saturday alongside her mom, who reportedly spent the night. The duo appeared to be on good terms as they said goodbye to each other, per photos obtained by the outlet, which comes after years of them being estranged following Britney's fallout with her family over the 13-year conservatorship. And the mother and daughter reunion was a really nice moment for the Spears clan, according to sources. Being together and celebrating her birthday was a really nice moment for the family, an insider told People. Britney and Lynne's feud began after the pop star claimed that Lynne didn't lift a finger to help Britney of the 13-year conservatorship she was placed under in 2008, which was controlled by Britney's father, Jamie Spears. Now, I did want to just mention here, so we have the picture, right? You can see the picture of Britney holding Lynne, but there's another picture underneath it. We're going to come back to this. So I think some of you guys that have been watching my show for a while and have been following my content will recognize this image. And it is one that Britney has shared on her Instagram multiple times. And it's usually in reference to her family, also her mom. So just a remembrance of kind of where we've been between the two of them. It's been ugly at points. And as much as Britney might recognize that maybe Lynne's intentions weren't bad at the beginning with the conservatorship, it went bad. It went very bad. And she has a lot of feelings about that, which I think are completely merited, which I think is why people have mixed feelings about this. Britney most recently feuded with her mother over claims that her mother threw out her childhood dolls and journals from her former family home. Insiders claim that her mother had been selling off possessions both online and at a local consignment shop in Louisiana in recent years. A source close to the Spears family claimed that Lynne had raked in thousands of dollars from sales, while claiming that Britney had no clue what was happening. Among the alleged sold items were the hat the Stronger singer wore to the Billboard Music Awards in 2000, as well as butterfly boots featured in the 2003 Kids' Choice Awards, and a top worn for an appearance on MTV's TRL in 2002. I can't read. In Britney's memoir, The Woman in Me, the singer had claimed that her childhood dolls and journals were removed. Lynne subsequently denied having sold the items, saying that she wouldn't be so cruel to her daughter. When Britney would come home early in her career, she would unload her clothes at her mom's house in Kentwood. This also included things she wore on tours and her personal clothes, an insider told the Daily Mail exclusively. She has no clue and would be fuming if she did. In response to Lynne's denial, Britney claimed on Instagram that in a more recent visit to her home, she found several dolls that had been previously missing. She took their appearance as evidence that her mother had returned to replace them, though it was too late to be of use to her. Britney had previously said in the memoir that she believed her family viewed her as little more than a cash flow to fund their lavish lifestyles. Britney reportedly celebrated her birthday with a small group of intimates, including her brother, Brian Spears, who is 4 years her senior. However, the festivities appear to be interrupted, as at one point Kate and Brian were spotted emerging from the house late at night, And this was about Snow when they went to the vet and they were spotted grabbing a few snacks at the mini mart. And there's Britney, emergency room couture. I've looked worse. You know, at least like, we got shirts, we got shoes, we got pants, and we got sunglasses, and we're moving. This is good. Sometimes that's all you can do. Yeah, you don't stop to make yourself look pretty. It be what it be. Their outing was evidently a spur of the moment decision based on the fact that Cade was barefoot and wearing what looked like pajamas. Yeah, they likely all woke up. There was an issue and they ran. That's what happened. Period. In my opinion. So Brittany also did mention that she felt like she looked like the girl from All Dogs Go to Heaven. And I have looked at the scene that she's talking about, and she's absolutely right. It's hilarious. So looking at the article, my thoughts on this whole thing, because I know people are going to be asking if I think that this is a good thing or a bad thing of her meeting up with her family. Ultimately, I'm really happy to see Brittany and Brian on good terms. I think it's clear that even though Brian has ticked her off a few times, he's her older brother, she really loves him and he really loves her. And the two of them have been in a very complicated situation that's been made worse by their father. And Brittany even talks about in the book that when they were kids, Brian took the brunt of her father's rage, and that her father was horrible to him. And I don't want to underestimate the dynamic that that can create. Um, and when his father ultimately held the cards for everything that went for Brittany, I understand him not necessarily wanting to rock the boat or also being in fear. So honestly, if I could talk to anyone in the Spears family separate from Britt, I would want to talk to Brian. I think he probably has many stories to share. His story has probably been very unique. And everything I've heard about Brian, I've heard multiple people that are closer to Brittany, whether it be in interviews or other things, have basically said Brian's not the issue. Brian's not the problem. So I have some compassion for Brian, and I hope that this is a good thing for her. Now, Lynne, I have mixed feelings. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think Brittany's prior criticism of Lynne has been absolutely valid, but at the same time, Brittany's done a lot over the years to try to keep her mom safe. Like she's really gone over and above to try to take care of her mom, and she loves her very much. I think if Lynne can take accountability and there can be some healing, that it might be salvageable. I don't know. And obviously, I'm outside looking in. I have no idea. But if this is what Brittany wants to do, then I think that she should be allowed to do so. We fought for her freedom, and that includes freedom to make her own decisions. So I just hope that everything is going okay. And that overall, as much as this weekend seemed to be quite chaotic, that it was good at the end, that there was some healing, that everybody's all right. I think it's a good thing. Now, one thing that is mentioned at the end of this article on the Daily Mail is that Brittany posted on Instagram on Saturday and issued a statement assuring fans that they didn't need to worry about Snow because she's fine and she went to the emergency room in a hurry. But that Instagram post has caused some speculation. And in order for us to be able to talk about that Instagram post, we have to talk about the one before that, which is what I mean when I said at the beginning that this story has a lot of moving pieces. And I like to look at context. I like to go deep. I like to make sense of things. And that's exactly what we're going to try to do. So the first Instagram post we're going to talk about that came out last week was actually she posted the prologue in Beauty and the Beast. As the intro video or like the introduction before you kind of see the credits and everything of the Disney film. And for those of you that aren't aware, the prologue of Beauty and the Beast explains how Beast was cursed. And he was cursed because of his cruelty towards what appeared to be a poor beggar woman who came to his castle and basically was looking for shelter from the cold. And because she was ugly, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not helping you. Okay, bye." And then the next thing we know, the beggar woman turns into an enchantress, a beautiful enchantress who curses him into a beast form. The only way to break that curse is if he can love and be loved in return in his beast form. And this is further complicated by the fact that she puts in a time limit. And the time limit is represented by a rose. So when the last petal falls from that rose, he's out of time. I think it's interesting again that Britney is choosing to use media that has a rose in it. She's picking symbolism. And I I really believe with Britney's Instagram that a lot of what she posts is cryptic. I think she uses a lot of metaphors. I think she uses a lot of illustrations to explain herself. And I'm guessing she does this because there's something she can't say due to legal proceedings. But I get it. She's been silenced for so long. If she can use these types of things to be able to express herself, I'm sure there is a level of freedom for her. And she also knows that we're looking and she knows that we're smart. So I don't believe a lot of things that Britney puts on Instagram are an accident. I don't think they're necessarily for the public at large. I absolutely believe she has posted things for specific people that only they will get. But I have the feeling this post in particular is directed at us, and I want to read this with you. So she said, I started writing my book 2 years ago, and in those moments in my personal life, I kept to myself. Not only was my personal life kept secret, but it felt equivalent to 20 years of the hard times that I wrote about in my book. Can you imagine a 2007 that lasted for 3 years that nobody even knows about? So what she's saying there, in my opinion, is that we all look at 2007 as the worst year of her life because the press was so out of control. Everything that was going on, her divorce, the custody issues, blah, blah, blah. It was awful. And that's why there's that joke that some people tell of the, if Britney Spears can handle 2007, you can handle today type thing. But what she's saying is that the time in which she was writing this book, it was just as bad. And it went on for years as she was going through all of this trauma and, adjusting to being free outside of the conservatorship. It's over now, and I'm incredibly sad about those times. It's weird because although I do Instagram, I don't follow social media, the news, and fan chatter. I've been doing that this week. Okay, Britt. She be looking. Hi. By any chance. I love you. And I hope I'm doing right by you. I've been doing that this week, and it's weird because it feels like a lot of fans already kind of know me, and the way they speak about me is incredibly kind. They always, I guess, had a suspicion that something's going on. Well, guess what, Britney nerds? You were 100% right. I don't have time to speak about any of it because at this particular moment, it's beyond my comprehension. And here's where we get interesting. Here's a clip of my favorite movie. Looks are deceiving. I've been turned down by so many and incredibly hurt by many. In a world where looks have always been important, where vanity lies, it's the secret to steal a man's heart. The seductress's poison is an illusion. It always has been, or it's always been. But in the wickedness, remember the image at the beginning. This is why I put it there. Of that illusion is where we play. May I play now? I found my poison, Daddy. So, a lot of people have been speculating about this post, fans and the media, because she's definitely given us a lot to chew on here. I've seen a lot of theories that people think that this is about Sam. And this is also where I want to say we are moving into speculation station now. I want to tell you guys what I think she's trying to tell us, in my opinion. And I could be 100% wrong. 100% wrong. So please, this is not fact. This is just, I don't think this is about Sam. Because when we look at this part in particular and we're saying that vanity is the secret to stealing a man's heart, well, I don't think that Britney would want to insinuate that she was using vanity to steal Sam's heart. She's very specific with that, a man's heart. She then stresses the female aspect again, saying the seductress poison is an illusion. It's always been. But the wickedness of that illusion is where we play. Notice again, Brittany says wicked. And I say that also because in the previous conversations we talked about Wicked, she's talked about how she actually has really related to Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, the green skin, and feeling like an outcast, feeling ugly, the way that her father made her feel. And then she asks, "May I play now? I found my poison, Daddy." What if, and stay with me, what if the seductress happens to be a certain woman we can't talk about? And that would definitely explain why Brittany would need to use metaphors and illustrations. But there have been times she hasn't, because incoming speculation station, remember when Brittany accused her dad of having an affair with LT? And again, that's not my words, that's hers. That's hers. I'm just reading the news. I didn't do this. I'm just reading the news. Brittany has said in the past that she thinks her dad wasn't smart enough to come up with the idea for the conservatorship, that he was likely manipulated. Well, speculation, speculation. What better way to manipulate someone than with money, sex, and religion? And if Brittany has found a poison, could that potentially be evidence? There's been a few rumblings I've seen over the past couple of weeks. Can't confirm a lot of it, but I'm wondering if we are moving forward a bit and she's getting ready. So, just saying, there could be something else going on, but I truthfully do not think that this post was about Sam. I could be very wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just saying. Then we moved on to the post from this weekend. Okay, so this is why the other post mattered, because we need context when we read these things, right? So she said, when I said something was going on, it had nothing to do with me. OK Magazine said I wasn't well. I'm guessing she means this headline right here, because I tried to go on OK Magazine's website multiple times yesterday to look at their history of their articles of Britney. And the funny thing is, when you actually looked at the tag Britney Spears, nothing came up. It was just a black screen. I'm hoping they fixed it by now. I didn't check it this morning, but I was like, this is the only thing I can really find. But again, its fans remain concerned about the singer's mental health. Okay, fine. She said, I've been the strongest I've been in my life for the past 8 months. Before that, something was being done to me that was not okay or acceptable at all. I want to be clear and to clarify. Huge difference. Also, don't worry about Snow. She's fine. I went to the emergency vet in the middle of the night with cage shoes and clothes in a hurry. I literally looked like the girl in All Dogs Go to Heaven, dressed up like a man, being told to place bets. She totally did. That's fair. Um, in the best way. So when we take a look at this post, Brittany says that something was going on and that it had nothing to do with her. And to me, that tells me that that would not have to do with her marriage then. That's just my opinion. But an affair between her father and another woman, allegedly, technically isn't about her. It's a dynamic between the two of them that was then used to hurt her. So it could be that the affair was going on, but it's not going on now. That's my guess. That's my guess. Then she talks about the OK Magazine article saying that she wasn't well, which she seems to be very sensitive about these claims in the media. And I get that because her health and her mental state have been in the press way too much. Way too much. Um, and a lot of people are talking about things they have no business talking about, which we will also get into as I continue with this, because this was one of these stories as I just kept looking for context. It just got more and more bonkers. It was ridiculous. Um, that then she said that she's the strongest she's been in the past 8 months. So if we go, I go over here. If we go back to the timeline, I think she might be reflecting on the time frame earlier this year where there was the intervention and the overstepping of the media and the violations of her privacy. To refresh your memory, this is the type of reporting that was going on a lot in January, February, March of this year. Literally, it got to a point where fans called the cops on her. She couldn't even be in her house without being harassed. It was a really ugly time. And I actually, at that point, I made a video in February saying that I wasn't going to be talking about any of it because I was afraid that I was fanning a flame, that I this discussion and this speculation about her health, and I didn't want to do that because it was so crazy. And I want to be clear that Britney's medical information is no one's business but hers. Nobody's. I don't really understand why people feel entitled to that. I don't think that we feel that entitlement really to many other celebrities. Just her. Just her. It's really sad. Um and I made the decision in February that I was going to change the way that I covered her because I wanted to amplify her voice. I wanted to be someone that was loudly defending her or allowing her to speak because I was getting very annoyed with the press picking very strange things to focus on when, in my opinion, the bigger issues were being ignored. But the thing is, it's not just the media. It's not. And I'm going to be really careful with how I explain this. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this, but some nonprofit organization this week started claiming that Britney has a rare condition. They made a video backing up their claims and they tagged Elon Musk and Jordan Peterson and TMZ. They tagged TMZ to go help Britney. And now this is picking up steam and more outlets are reporting it. Um so here is the Daily Mail reporting on it. And I looked this morning and there's a lot more that are starting. And I am purposely not elevating this organization's name. I understand that their motivations may be honorable, but I went on this organization's website and I looked at their "Who are we?" thing, right? And the whole thing that they're trying to do is they're trying to spread awareness of this condition um, called I have no idea if I'm even saying it right. Acanthsia, which can happen when someone starts or stops antipsychotic medication in a way that they should not. Obviously, if this is a real thing that is very scary for some people, that is an important thing for us to be aware of, I completely understand their mission. But when you look on the website, it says that the organization is made up of biochemists, psychologists, nurses, attorneys, business owners, and others. To be clear, The only profession listed there that could diagnose Britney would be a psychologist. They didn't specify mental health nurse, but usually you would need a doctor alongside as well to, do that. So the only person I'm interested in talking to at this point would be the psychologist. And that's also where, and anybody from the Depp trial is going to remember this one. In my opinion, any psychologist, psychiatrist, anyone who is in that type of field, because as much as this rule is usually only binding to psychiatry, it is an expected thing for physicians. If you are a psychiatrist, if you are in mental health, it's important to understand the ethics, the medical ethics of psychiatry. Section 7, Part 3. Here we go. On occasion, psychiatrists are asked for an opinion about an individual who is in the light of public attention, who has disclosed information about himself/herself through public media. In such circumstances, a psychiatrist may share with the public his or her expertise about the psychiatric issue in general. However, it is unethical for a psychiatrist to offer a professional opinion unless he or she has conducted an examination and has been granted proper authorization for such a statement. I understand we're talking about a psychologist here and not a psychiatrist, but in my opinion, a psychologist who does not respect ethics like this is a joke. It is unethical. And to me, when I see this to me looks like a pathetic attempt to raise awareness or donations for your cause while exploiting a woman who has already been traumatized. There may be some honorable intentions, but the moment you violate ethics like this and you use someone who is obviously already suffering, I have no respect for you. Also, tagging Elon Musk and Jordan Peterson and TMZ, what are they going to do about it? Is Elon Musk going to fly his rocket to Calabasas and go talk to Britney? Like, what are we even talking about? This makes no sense. I do not understand this at all. And not only that, but tagging TMZ for me, oh, that's my favorite thing. Let's tag the organization that has literally stalked and tortured this woman for over a decade. Maybe they can help her. Can this woman have a birthday in peace? Can we stop over analyzing absolutely everything this woman does and being like, oh, she, ran out of her house at 2 a.m. and she's wearing man's clothing. She must be crazy. No, she's helping her dog in emergency. There are reasons why things happen. And quite bluntly, it bothers me that so much of what we talked about today is in the news because it's her private information. And the only reason I'm talking about it is because she addressed it. Because again, I want to amplify her voice of what she's trying to tell people, because there's too many people that create their own dialogues and narratives and try to speak almost louder than her for their own benefit. I'm not here for it, y'all. I'm just not. I'm not. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not. I would love to hear in the chat. I'm sure we could talk about that through halftime. But it's just kind of gross to me. It's just gross. But overall, to me, it looks like Britney is finding some healing. She's finding some fire again. Trauma healing is never linear. I feel like that's something I've said on this channel way too many times, but at the risk of repeating myself and sounding ridiculous, trauma healing is never linear. And it looks like Britney is trying to rebuild her life the way that she wants to for the first time in a long time. And as always, I wish her nothing but the best and the happiness in the world. And her life may be a circus and all eyes may be on her, but she is anything but a clown, which I can't say for others at this point. And that is our main story today. And now I will head back into the chat to have discussion with you guys for our halftime. All right. Whew. Sorry, that was a lot. I did not think it was gonna go that way when I started doing my research on it. It was a lot. It was a lot hot. So let me check out you guys and see what is going on here in the chats. Let me take a look. All right. Oh, carbonized stardust. Sorry, I'm just laughing. Kim ranted so hard she froze herself. I'm sorry if I did. I am sorry if I did. I am doing everything in my power to make the internet better here, by the way. Producer sister and I made moves this weekend to try to fix that a bit. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I hope I'm not freezing a lot. Yeah. KDR signed for we need a red Kim rant light. Producer sister's like, I offered because she's the light changing. Like she can change the colors of the light on demand. But I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And sometimes I don't know exactly when I'm gonna rant. I got a bit more heated there than I thought I was going to. To be honest with you, I did. Well, I know I missed a little bit of support, so I definitely want to do that. Kimberly Martin gifted 1 Kim's membership. Thank you so much for giving that to a fellow Space Angel, and welcome to the Space Angel that just joined. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for your support. Peggy Cole sent in a super chat saying, hey, Britney shares the same birthday. So I guess you and Peggy and Britney have the same birthday? Happy birthday, Peggy. Belated. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope it did not involve you having to go to an emergency vet. And I hope you enjoyed yourself. And Elisa Marion gifted 5 memberships as well. Thank you so much, Elisa. That's very, very kind of you. I'm just taking a look here. Producer sister, have you been keeping a tally by any chance of the memberships at this point? We're at 26. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, you guys, for your support as always. It means so much every time. I'm just checking in with the chat with you guys, seeing how you guys are all doing. This is normally the halftime of the show where we just kind of talk, we chill, and then we move into our fun bit in a little bit. Let me see here. I love it, Denise. Producer sister, you are amazing. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And you guys can all tell her that as many times as you want. I will never say no. Please build up my sister because she deserves it. Sorry? Oh, producer sister's attempting to change the lights now. She's having fun. Let her play with lights. I was just trying to change the one above your head. Oh, yeah. Oh, Melissa Smith has been a member for 8 months. Awesome research and presentation. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for support. Oh, we had light change. There we go. Thank you so much for your support in me. And I'm glad that you guys appreciate all the context. I know sometimes I can go in kind of deep. It's hyper focus, right? It's the part of me that for a long time I thought was just annoying and stupid, and I hated it about myself, and I didn't know why I had to like just go as deep as I did into things. And then I just decided to stop hating that part of myself and to embrace it. Oh, now we're like, oh, rage! Rage! I look like I'm in a horror movie. Oh my gosh. Lulu's mom, I have a super chat from you. Who set these expectations of the public deserving an explanation for every minuscule thing she does? Stop splaining. I never understood this. I don't know what it is. I really don't. It seems very strange to me, and I don't like it. And it needs to stop. I don't approve. Oh my goodness. Tyrana, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker of the hippo going hype. Hype. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. And Merle has been a member for 4 months. At producer sister, you are amazing. Me likey. The app's different on the computer than it is on my phone. Yeah. Kyle, yeah. Whoa, it just turned into Carrie up. Exactly. I'm like, Revenge Supreme. Lol, Kim, do it again with the red light and laugh evilly. I don't know if I could do that on command. I know I have an evil laugh, but it doesn't come out very often, and I've been told when I do, it's terrifying. But it's usually because it's just incredible amounts of rage. And I've done a lot to try to deal with my inner rage, so it be what it be. Oh. Jackie Swan, I have hypervigilance. Woot! Yes! And I watch people to a scary degree. Lol, the hubby tells me that when the hubby tells me when I'm doing it. You know what? It's sometimes I think it's a sorry, I just saw another comment. I'm not laughing at what you said. I think sometimes it's a survival skill. It is a coping mechanism. It is about, protecting yourself, and that's why you get so scary good at it. And it's kind of sad that you had to go through that to get to that place, but um, you know, it does in some ways it can be used for good, and I guess that's a good thing. I try to look at the positive of that. Uh Roxanne. Oh my gosh. You know what the problem is for me too with that song with Roxanne is obviously I have great appreciation for the original. Like no, not trying to downplay that at all. But my goodness is one of my favorite movies in the world, Moulin Rouge. And that whole number is a thing of absolute glory. It is so incredible. If you have not seen that film, you need to. Um I It's just perfection. It is so perfection, and that's why when I see Roxanne, I start doing the throaty Roxanne because of Moulin Rouge. As Lulu's mom just said, yeah, the where is it? Come on, come back, yeah, yeah, yes, the throaty Roxanne, yes, because it's just so, it's so good, it's so good. I actually walked down the aisle to Come What May. Yep. The love for that movie is real. The love for that movie is real for me. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Make it pink, make it blue. Yeah, don't encourage producer sister too much on that one because we might be going like it may be just getting really, really, really crazy. Really, really crazy. Oh gosh, yes. Roxy Heart. Oh, now we're just talking about musicals. This is dangerous. We need to stop. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Big shock that I was a little bit of a theater kid. Are you all amazed? We had no idea. No idea that that was a thing. This is brand new information. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh gosh. Jackie, the Roxanne elevator SNL skit is burned into my memory, but Moulin Rouge is the best. And I mean, yeah, both are good. Both are good. Oh, for the record, Your Honor, I was too. That's okay. You know what? It's fun. And ultimately, I think it's about storytelling. And don't we all love that? We all love it in different ways. Some people love storytelling through comic books, some people love it through musicals. We're all valid. We are all valid in our obsessions and the things that we get super into. Oh, double check here. Do. Gosh. Eliza, you just need a red shadow of light on the crown of your head. That's what I was trying to do. So that's what apparently this is what producer sister's been trying to do. Oh gosh. So producer sister's name is Roxanne, and that's why she put the red light on. We're not gonna get into anything specific about producer sister. We're gonna respect her privacy, but I will confirm that her name is not Roxanne. It's not. I can't really tell. Like the one above you now is red. Yeah, the one directly above me is red right now. But it doesn't really come through. Oh my gosh. Lulu's mom. Lulu's mom, stop. Oh. So much about that movie. So good. So good. Oh my gosh. General Scott. Ceramic skid here. I made a lot of questionable items. You know what? I think General Scott, if I ever had you on the show, if I ever wanted to, I would ask you that question now. I want to know what questionable items you made. But in community guideline approved dialogue, right? Because it's always, I mean, YouTube for real, even when we're talking about questionable ceramic items.
I'm trying.
We always try. All we can do is try. Oh, Katie Artist 94 asked Jacksonville ceramics? I don't know. You'd have to ask Scott. What? Scott? Hang on. No. Now we're moving too quick. Oh, I have a great story about catching my butt on fire from the kiln. So you literally got butthurt about the ceramics? I'm concerned. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys are weird. We're all weird and I love it. We're the weird kids. That's why we're the space angels, right? Like we're nice. We're I can email it to you. I don't know, like your butt. Where have we gone? There's this one moment on Puppet History, the show. Okay, Scott, just clarify the story. Okay. There's so like the show that this puppet's from, Puppet History, I love. And there's one part in one of the episodes where Kate Peterman is on it. I think it's the Marie Antoinette, but I can't remember. And they get off on this tangent that's just like absolutely ridiculous. It got explicit for no reason, and they're all just kind of looking at each other like, what? And then Kate's just laughing and she just goes, I hate where we've gone. I feel like sometimes that is me. That is playing in my head 99% of the time when the Shape Tape is breaking when I'm on Popcorn with Steph and Andy. Like, I hate where we've gone. Oh my goodness. Melissa Smith just said, I love glass blowing videos, but I'm always scared they will burn themselves. I watched a show a couple of years ago on Netflix that was like a glass blowing competition. I have to say, I got very invested. Both my husband and I did. We were very upset about who won that show. We didn't feel like the person really was that great. We liked the other people. And not gonna lie, if I had a butt ton of money, I might consider investing in a piece of glass blown art because the work that goes into it is just absolutely incredible. So incredible. Um, those people are talented. They're just really freaking talented. Peggy Cole, welcome. Welcome to being a space angel. It's so good to see you, join us. One of us. It's awesome. Producer said, one of us. I hope you enjoy it. To all of the new Space Angels, on the main page of my channel, there is a playlist called Space Angels Only, and it has all of the content that has been made especially for members of the channel. There is the backstory of how the name Space Angels came to be. There is stuff going into behind the scenes stuff about my set and the significance of a lot of the items that are behind me and why I have them there. As well, there are members only streams. There's coverage of something else I love called Eurovision. That's super fun. We had a lot of people that really enjoyed that last year. So yeah, it's a good time. It is a good time. And I hope you guys enjoy the content. Yes, the goat sausage stream. Do you know how awkward that is when I like go into the stream like the next week? I think because like Andy was away, which was why Steph was at in the full leadership position doing an amazing job. I have something in my eye. I'm sorry. And yeah, we had the goat sausage joke. And then when Andy came back and I was on stream with him, I just said, like, get ready. There will be goat sausage jokes. And then you guys carried it into my stream as well. It was just absolutely ridiculous. So give me 1 second. Not quite sure why my eye's hurting. I think we're just about good. I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh, yeah, we're just going to change colors for distraction. Why not? Oh, Katie asked for purple? Oh, I love it. Is that what people are going to do now? We're going to send in, like, just to start sending requests of what color things should be. Oh, this is great. This is chaotic, and I love it. For any of you who actually did just become a space angel, if you don't know, one of the things I have on my members only, which was requested, which is why I did it, was a makeup tutorial. I just showed you guys kind of how I do the basics, and I go over part of what I do for my mascara and stuff because my eyelashes are stupid, which is what is bothering me right now. So I do apologize. It sucks. It sucks. All right. Jean Rick has been a member for 10 months, almost 1 year. Kim, Woot, this community rocks. And it is so much better because you are here. Thank you so much, Jean Rick, always for your support and your love. And fun fact for you new Space Angels, the reason that we are called Space Angels has a lot to do with Jean Rick. So thank you very much, Jean. See here. Make sure I'm caught up. Hi, Kim's parents. Yep. Goat sausage. Carbonite just said, I want her mirror. This is actually the this is a palette from Tarte Cosmetics. I think I got the thing that was bothering me. Huzzah. It is a palette called the Be a Mermaid palette. So it's got some colors in it. It's really cute. I love it. And the mirror is fantastic. I love that it's a mirror that I can just stand up and it stays. So I can use both my hands. It's a good time. Alrighty. Let me see here. Yeah, so it's a great one. So it's from Tarte. It's from a collection a couple of years ago. It's awesome. Oh, Kyle. It is. It is. It is. I believe it's in Saskatchewan or Newfoundland. I can't remember. One or the other. One. Is it Newfoundland? Newfoundland. There we go. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do it, why not? Why not? I love you guys are all just saying the different colors because they're so funny. Subi Sue, thank you so much for becoming a member. It is great to have you. I hope you will enjoy the content, and I'm glad that you are here. Yes, for the record, Your Honor, Tarte Cosmetics. Yep. Me and my sensitive pale skin, they are wonderful. They are wonderful. Let me see here. All right. Well, I think we are caught up. So I wanted to ask you guys, are we ready to get into the madness? Are we ready for the What the What? Because I'm assuming that this is going to be quite the read. We've got 33 slides ahead of me. Oh my gosh. It's time. It's time. Oh, Whitney. First of all, I just want to say, I'm so sorry that's happening to you. And thank you for saying it. Because this has been a thing for a lot of people. And that's why I say so much. Please subscribe. Please double check that you are subscribed. Please check on your favorite creators because I am not the only one that this happens to. And if you guys subscribe to someone, you should be able to stay subscribed to them because it should be your choice. It's just my opinion. Oh, wow. Okay, the chat's just going now. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I got my garlic bread. Garlic bread. I did order garlic bread that night. I'm not going to lie. I had to get garlic bread. It was a thing. Also, by the way, I can't remember who said it, but in the last stream, somebody left a comment referencing a comedian that had a joke about garlic bread. I had never seen that stand-up thing before, and I saw it and I laughed, and it was absolutely beautiful. So funny. Yes, so bring the garlic bread. Bring the garlic bread. Yes, I had garlic, Katie Artist 94, I had garlic bread and cheesecake on Friday. Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like, is there any, what's it called? Recap at all in this, producer sister?
Not really.
Okay, so, give me 1 second. You know what, producer sister?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to wait to drink the alky.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be able to grab me a Coke?
Yeah.
My throat's just a little bit dry and I don't want to like Coke helps. A cola. Coca-Cola. To be clear. But I don't do the other one. I don't do the other one. It was oven. Okay. So, do we have anyone here in this chat that is not familiar with this saga? Put a 1 in the chat if that is the case for you, that you don't know about the saga. And I will give you guys a recap if needed. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Wendy, I see that you are new here. I believe, yeah, you did say that you were new. So then definitely, yeah, we want to involve everybody. Obviously, I really want to make sure that that's important to me. We have a lot of inside jokes here and things like that, and I like to make sure that everybody's in on the joke because I hate being excluded from stuff like that. It really bothers me. But basically, what we've done over the last little bit is we have read this story that has been shared on Reddit about a nightmare mother-in-law. And it started with them attempting to plan their wedding. We're saying OP, the original poster, and her dear husband, or DH. So OP and dear husband are trying to start their lives together, having great difficulty because of mother-in-law and mother-in-law's seemingly inability to get over her divorce from dear husband's father. To this day, we don't know what dear husband's father did, but I think most people, we'll do this. Put a 1 in the chat if you think you understand why dear husband's father left mother-in-law. Just let your voice be heard. If we're all kind of no one is blaming this man for his decision to leave this marriage, because this woman, unreasonable is an understatement. To the point that she has tried to control every aspect of this wedding, and when she didn't get her way, including to the point she wanted there to be 2 separate weddings so she didn't have to see dear husband's father, and then suggested that the mother of the bride not come to the wedding so it would be even Stevens. She tried to control the wedding dress. She it was bad. And then they decided to basically elope and have their own little honeymoon thing. And the mother-in-law followed them on their honeymoon. She stayed in the next room. That's how unhinged this woman is. Police have been called on her. She nuts, okay? And I'm not trying to be rude, but it's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, bless father-in-law. Holy guacamole. 100%. Just a lot of narcissistic abuse. And not a good situation at all. It's really, really sad. Yeah, she also wanted to be a bridesmaid. Yeah, it was bad. So the story picked up after they've been married, and then basically mother-in-law, who is nicknamed Cruise Control in this, is desperately trying to move in with OP and dear husband. As you can imagine, neither of them are particularly thrilled about this potential thing, and they tell her no. She doesn't handle that well. She starts to starve herself to the point that she is hospitalized in protest because she didn't get her way. And in the midst of all of this, we find out that there's just a lot of other little petty things that pop up. One of the things that we thought was really funny is that she insulted OP's cooking, her lemon cheesecake that she makes, which, by the way, OP shared the recipe of this cheesecake, and we actually looked at it a bit, and we were all like, "Yeah, we'd eat that big time." And then also found out that she doesn't like garlic bread, which we found out, and about many other things, and which like pretty much out of the entire chat that was watching on Friday, one person was like, "I don't like garlic bread." Which, I mean, there is going to be some people that don't, but there was just a lot of weird stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff. And yes, I see my fella. Hey, baby. I think I have to double check here. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, babe. Good to see you. I hope you're doing okay. It was very, very uncomfortable. And when we left off, mother-in-law is now required to go to therapy. She had a therapy session with the both of them. They're hopeful that maybe this relationship can be salvaged, but she cannot respect boundaries. She's just been an absolute disaster. Guys, am I forgetting anything important? Anything important? Well, yes, I'm assuming Katie Artist 94 said this earlier, and Lulu's mom was referencing it, that yes, she said the wedding was for the parents. So the only opinions that mattered were the parents. However, mother of the bride didn't need to be there, and father of the groom also didn't need to be there. So it was really just about, what she wanted at the end of the day. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. Woman X just said she's worse than a monster-in-law. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So today we are going to get to the end of this saga. It has been a long time coming, but we are here. Are you all ready? Do we have our drinks, our snacks, our alcohol, our cheesecake, our garlic bread, or our almond cake? That was another one. It was almond. Okay. Now, because I am still partially recovering from the concussion I had last week, which I am doing very well with, and also my dad's doing really well, for those of you who have been asking, thank you. I am going to be reading it on a separate screen. So if I'm looking in a weird direction that you're not used to, that is why, but everything is good. Just trying to help myself. So here we go. Tales from the Mother-in-Law, aka Cruise Control, Part 4. Da da da. So, for background, this saga originally began with original poster sharing about her mother-in-law asking to move in, and the subreddit asked for background. Original poster then started a 9-part story about how awful planning a wedding/honeymoon was with her mother-in-law's interference, along with some unrelated stories. This post will only be about the move-in and the final resolution-ish due to its size. It's massive. In a separate mod-approved post. I will compile. So the person who put this all together for us on Reddit. Thank you very much to Sarai over on Reddit. I'll compile the wedding and the aftermath and unrelated stories, which include not just the different subs of where they all were and how they came up with the Cruise Control nickname. Okay, so here we go. Let's go. Cruise Control's mask slipped, and she ruined the 4th of July. Why does that not surprise me? At all. The good news is that I am at ease about how sincere Cruise Control has been in her recovery. Answer: not very. The bad news is she broke my nice mixing bowls and wasted a lot of booze. I don't like that. Dear husband and I aren't huge July 4th people or anything, but we decided to go ahead and invite some family and friends over. This was actually on Saturday, not the actual 4th because of work. We did not invite Cruise Control. We invited father-in-law, so her ex-husband, and stepmom/stepsisters, in-law, and their significant others, as well as my parents and brother's girlfriend. We had some friends from college that brought their adorable baby. We also had some friends that live in the neighborhood to come by as a part of party hopping that people in our neighborhood like to participate in. We stayed camped in the backyard with the grill going and the front and back doors open. Anyone who was invited knows to just let themselves in if we don't hear you. Okay, so it sounds like they're just having a nice, open house.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. I love that. And to be honest with you, I just want to say here, because I can already hear someone being like, oh, so they didn't invite the mother-in-law, but they invited everybody else. The problem is, unless it is completely about the mother-in-law, she doesn't want to be there. She doesn't. She doesn't want to be in the same room as father-in-law or any of those people. She wants dear husband and OP's undivided attention only on her. This has been very well established. So much of their social life has been controlled by Cruise Control mother-in-law. I completely understand them wanting to have an open house, a party to invite other people that they care about and to enjoy that time together. I think that is fair. Just hi, Daggle. Hope you're doing good. It's good to see you. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. Okay. Oh my goodness, sorry, I just saw in the chat. Yes, Kimberly, your PayPal did go through at the end of last week. You are doing it right. Thank you so much. I meant to write you a response within PayPal and it slipped my mind and I am so sorry for that. Thank you so much for your support as always. The PayPal stuff is always sometimes hard for me to stay on top of and I do very much apologize for that. So, yes, thank you very much. Very, very much, Kimberly. It's very kind of you and very appreciated. Okay. So back to OP. I was effing proud of that spread. I made easy oven ribs because we didn't have the grill space to do them right. But let's be honest, even oven ribs are pretty good. Yeah. I made homemade salsa. Salsa. I have a million jokes in my head about salsa. It is really bad. I sprung for the good tortilla chips. We had a cucumber salad, corn on the cob, cherry pie, coleslaw, burgers, steak, pork kebabs in my special marinade, and watermelon salad. We had enough to feed an army too. I'm not a party planner by any means, but it looked effing nice. The food looked colorful and delicious, and smells from the grilling food were the first thing our guests commented on when they showed. I think it looks really good. It sounds good. I'm setting up the whole scene to show you how effing heartbreaking this was, obviously. Oh no. Party is in full swing. People are loading up on their second and third plates by the time cruise control shows up. Our friends with the baby are saying their goodbyes because it's time to go home and put the kid to bed. They're a bit freaked out after the poor kid tried to grab a flaming sparkler. Whee! Not so great. Not so great. We thought they'd left, and the dad comes back into the backyard and says, your mom's here to dear husband. These are good friends who know the situation. Oh. Oh. Oh no. We both go out front to see what's going on. Poor mom is holding her baby and clearly wants to go home, but she's a good friend and is stalling cruise control for our benefit because she's wonderful. MVPs. The real friends, man. Dear husband, mom, what are you doing here? Cruise control mother-in-law. I was just driving by and I saw that you were having an open house, so I thought I'd stop in for a few minutes. Me. This isn't an open house. Cruise control. Can I come in? Dear husband, mom, you know that isn't a good idea. Dad and stepmom are here. No one was expecting you to come either. Cruise control. I'm sure they won't mind me. Me. That's not what we're worried about. Are you really ready to face them? Cruise control. I'm sure it will be fine. No, it won't. It's not going to be fine. It's not going to be fine. Put a once in the chat if you think this is going to be bad. Once in the chat, guys. Oh my. Because as we joked about last week, when it comes to cruise control, you know.
Oh right. Of course, it's always about you, isn't it?
Dear husband, that might be true, but this wasn't planned. I don't want this party to be the guinea pig. Please leave. We'll arrange something in the future so no one is blindsided. Cruise control. Blindsided? Kind of like how I am right now. You didn't invite me to a party. The self-awareness. The self-awareness. Oh my gosh. Oh. Me. Yeah, we didn't invite you. That's not new, though. We have parties without you all the time because you don't like to attend them if father-in-law and sister and stepmother-in-law are here. We've been doing this for years, and you've always known about it. This is true. We either make separate holiday just for her on the weekend or the actual day, and father-in-law and my family get to have whatever is available. It's effing stupid, and we didn't do it this time because we're not meeting with her right now. Okay. Again. Cruise Control continued to try to talk her way into the party as dear husband and I jaded way too hard, which we kicked ourselves for later. I finally went back inside because I had the stuff in the oven to watch and left them to it. Next thing I know, Cruise Control has successfully talked her way into the house. Way to go, dear husband. Oh, no. You know what I honestly have in my head right now? Do you guys know the show Adventure Time and the character Lemon Crab? He literally just screams unacceptable at the top of his lungs with like a cracking voice. I'm not even going to attempt to do the noise because it's not pleasing to the ears, but it's really funny. Just screaming unacceptable in my head. No. Yep. Unacceptable. I can't do it. I know I can't do it, so I'm not going to try. I was taking a pie out of the oven when she walks into the kitchen and started lecturing me about how I'd put up photos in the living room just to hurt her. Oh my gosh! Oh my...
All right. Of course, it's always about you, isn't it?
Yes, because when you are going to design your family room, your living room, you're going to do all of the pictures specifically in mind. When you're hanging it, you're going to go, ha 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 ha. I shall upset my mother-in-law. Like, shut up. I'm sorry. How dare they have family? How dare they have other people they love? Ugh, I'm already getting heated. This is ridiculous. In a previous post, I mentioned that she flips out if we put photos of dear husband's dad and stepfamily on the walls or the fridge, so we keep them upstairs where she won't see them. In a moment of righteous anger, I rearranged our photo wall to be more balanced and to show some treasured memories of dear husband's awesome family who has been put through so much by this woman. She is still on the wall so she can choke for all I care. Yup. I told her in different, nicer words. She didn't respond. She just flounced outside. I didn't see what happened next, but I had it told to me many times. Oh no. Oh no. First, she got really upset that we had alcohol. She's vaguely religious and super, super anti-alcohol. Okay. All right, there we go. This is for you. It's for you, Cruise Control. I am a woman of faith, and guess what? Jesus drank. Get over it. I don't care. I don't care. Oh my gosh. I've never had this wine before, so I hope I like it. That is nice. That's nice. Before anybody asks me, it's Inniskillin, which I love. They're in Niagara-on-the-Lake in Ontario, Canada, which is our wine country. They're amazing. Made at the Niagara Estate, 2020, late autumn Riesling. Inniskillin has one of the best ice wines I've ever had, by the way, if you're into that. They're fantastic. Okay. We hide our beer and wine when she comes over because she cries if she sees beer in our fridge. That's an interesting way of feeling about things. She asked your husband if it was not really necessary. My dad was a little tipsy and said something like, "None of this is necessary, but it sure is nice." Oh my gosh. See, immediately my brain went, is it possible that father-in-law was a heavy drinker? And that was part of like the trauma. But I'm guessing if he's just a bit tipsy, that's not what we're dealing with, would be my bet. So I'm going to go with that's probably not a thing. She got upset and walked to the other side of the yard and glared. She spent some time looking around to see if anyone was watching her, and she snuck over to the coolers, which were sitting on a table, and she pushed one full of margarita over. I'm going to do a joke that my husband loves. That's alcohol abuse. How dare you? She claimed that she lost her balance and it was an accident. She was plotting this for a long while. Oh, she was seen plotting this for a while. Effing a-hole. I can't. The cooler less than half full, and everyone had pretty much had their fill of full of margaritas at any rate. But she effing sloshed margaritas into half of the food. Oh my gosh. Soggy tequila flavored tailored tortilla chips, anyone? Boozy coleslaw. How about some margarita burgers? I think at that point I would have kicked her out and then blared Margaritaville. Tried to laugh it off. There was stuff inside the house and on the grill, but now the tables were sticky and all of my salsa was ruined. That salsa had been made the day before so that the flavors. Oh, I didn't change the slide. Sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. The salsa had been made the day before so that the flavors would marry, and it was so good, you guys. I'm so sad about the poor salsa. I was looking forward to my leftovers. I walked up to her when I heard what happened and I said, "Cruise control, it seems like you're having a really bad time at this party. It's really not your scene. Maybe you should go home and let us call you when we're ready to arrange something more to your taste, okay?" And I grabbed her elbow and I guided her out of our backyard through the garden gate. She claimed she left her purse in the kitchen. Of course she did. Classic move. And then she accidentally threw my ceramic mixing bowl set on the floor. Yes, the whole set. They nest and they were not sitting near the edge of the counter. She was all apologies, and I looked at her and I said, "Would you rather write a check now or later?" Yes. Yes. This woman. She said she had no checkbook. Oh, hang on. Choir, are we ready? Are we ready? Does that mean that cruise control has
insufficient funds? You ain't got no money. Woo.
Woo. Damn it. She said she had no checkbook on her person. Okay. And she'd write me a check later. And she will if she ever wants to see us again. That mixing bowl set was a wedding gift and it was not cheap. It's the kind that's so pretty that you display it. I've dropped pieces from it before and it didn't even ship. So I have to assume she put some force into her mistake. The rest of the party was weird and awkward. Everyone silently ate until the ribs were gone. And then someone finally kind of said, "What the F was that all about?" The party turned into a people telling stories about other parties that were ruined by an intruder. Yeah. Dear husband and I are talking a lot more seriously about the no contact for 1 year idea after I get the check, if possible. I've also told him that the next time the door is to be locked and the police are to be called if it comes to that. He agreed. He said he thought she'd just run away the moment she saw father-in-law. I pointed out that she practically did. She was there maybe for 10 minutes. 10 minutes? 10 minutes and she caused that much chaos.
Yep. She's efficient.
Producer sister just said she's efficient. You know what? Maybe cruise control needs to drink a bit. Just saying. She came in with a mission. That's horrible. I said something like she wasted $20 in tequila, and I don't know how much in kitchenware in 10 minutes. So 10 minutes of her in our house is pretty expensive. We're going to keep reminding ourselves how much this cost. She has texted us to say, so sorry again. Let me know if there's anything I can do to repay you. And your husband texted back, you can do just that. Repay us. No response to that. She seems to be implying she wants to do some favors for us and we'll call it even. Yeah, no. That's a no. Solo Dove, that is a good point. Cruise control drinking could very well be. Maybe the green is a better idea. Maybe the green is a good idea. Wendy K, 100%. Yeah, she needs to be put in her place, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Yeah, she needs to learn to stay in her lane, essentially. Stop swerving. It's just like it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right. She got her check from Cruise Control. This one will be short for once. Cruise Control doesn't trust the mail. Eye roll. So she needed to give it to me in person. So I made sure that dear husband was out making a grocery run when she arrived, and I greeted her at the door like a bouncer. Yes, good for you. She tried to mosey her way inside, and I said, did I invite you in? She pursed her lips at me, but she backed down. She handed me an envelope and said, here, the check that you needed so badly. I said, I don't need it. I certainly can afford replacements. Oh, whoa. Oh, I like that. That's some shots fired. I like that. She rolled her eyes this time and she said, fine. See you later. Not so fast. I'm looking at the check now and it's short. No, it isn't. Oh, again.
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money. Ooh.
It was. I pulled up our text exchange to prove it. She had tried to short me $1 just to be petty. And I didn't let her. Yes! Yes! I love it. I love it. I love it. Give me my dollar. She angrily wrote me. Oh, sorry, next one. She angrily wrote me a new check. Effing weird how she suddenly keeps a checkbook on her person in the same purse that she was using when she refused to write me a check the first time. Then she spat out this gem. I think it's pretty effed up that I have to buy my way into your good graces. The audacity. The audacity. Me. No worries. You haven't. I went inside and shut the door. Finn. I love it. I love it. That's the way you respond to that. Just reject the manipulation. You don't even manipulate back. You just go, nah, not going to work. You have hit the wall. Here we go. Next update. Cruise control went to creepin'. I scared her off. No more peeping. Oh, no. 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 We have a nice setup with the Ring doorbell and a bunch of other connected cameras. Good. My favorite new feature is the intercom. There can be a bit of a delay, but I can open the app on my phone to see what's happening live, and then I can choose to talk through the speaker attached to it. Like a dutiful wife, I've been using it to scare the bejesus out of my husband. The best part is having saved footage of him almost dropping our groceries. He's been getting me back. It's good fun, and it means we're both checking it often. Have fun with it. Why not? If you guys are all cool with it. I was secretly hoping to be able to use it on cruise control, and yesterday I got my chance. Ugh. I got an alert of movement on my phone when I was at work. I stepped outside, or I stepped out to somewhere I could have some privacy, and I watched. She was peeking through the windows at the side of the house where the kitchen is. She worked her way from left to right and looked through each window, and then started looking through the windows in the front. I also saw her pull out her phone and use the flashlight to try to see in better. Dear husband and I have been drawing the curtains every morning to prevent just this. So she probably didn't see much, but that's horrible. Creepy. That is so creepy. Creepy. I can't. Like that should be restraining order. That should I'm sorry. Is that enough? If you can show video of this person? Yeah, literally. Like Wendy, yes, restraining order. Kyle, police, like stalker. Diva D, Melissa Smith, stalker. Call the popo. Like this is nuts. First thing I did was text my husband, please let me have this. He agreed and engaged in exchange for me making dinner. Fair. I started giggling as she moved closer to the front of the house because I was so excited to freak her out. I had to think about taxes and trips to the dentist to stifle my laughter and sound serious enough for this to work. Finally, she was at the front door. I turned it on and said, intruder detected, commencing countdown. 60 seconds to vacate property, intruder detected, 55 seconds, and so on. She wasn't around to hear much of it, and she scampered off like a cat that wandered too close to an automatic sprinkler. Ah! Beautiful. Beautiful OP. I love it. I love it. Okay. Next update. Cruise control and her picky eating, aka who the F doesn't like garlic bread? We are officially no contact. Yay! She's been told that we are no contact for a year, and we will reevaluate after that. So far, she has texted dear husband a million times, and I've gotten zilch from her. She hasn't tried to see us in person, though. At least there's that. I've mentioned before that cruise control is a picky eater. I get that. There are a couple of things I don't like, and sometimes it's hard to get past the texture of something, but she acts like it's normal, and everyone else is weird for liking something as liking common ingredients. She throws fits and even cries over food if you try to serve her something she doesn't like. It's a nightmare. For the past few years, we've either gone to a cruise control approved restaurant or she's gotten a chicken breast unceremoniously marinated in Italian salad dressing. Not a bad thing, but she eats that 5 nights a week already, while dear husband and I ate grown up food. Okay. Her picky habits are also pretty incomprehensible and almost childlike. Tomatoes and onion are fine, as long as she isn't aware she's eating them. Oh my gosh. Okay. If she finds a hint of tomato skin in her food, she won't eat the rest. She won't eat beans, peppers, or anything spicy. It's unfortunate because dinners with her would be so much more bearable if I could get sloshed on margaritas and have dear husband drive me home, but there's no way we could get her to eat Mexican food. Boo. One of the only things that she likes is that I make is a butternut squash soup, probably because it's pureed. She has no idea that it has onion in it. If she found out, she'd stop eating it. Hmm. One time I made a different kind of soup and she showed up uninvited. It was a simple vegetable soup, the kind of thing you throw together on a fall day when it's cold out and you want something hot. Tomato, kidney bean, onion, garlic, zucchini, carrot, chicken stock, and some whole wheat pasta. She was like, "Well, I can't eat that. Do you have something else?" You show up uninvited and you want them to make you a special meal? Girl, skip the dishes. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, basic delivery. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. I don't understand. Or go home. Go home. I said I'd look. No, don't. And I took her bowl back to the kitchen and I threw it in the blender. Here, these are leftovers from yesterday. The soup was bizarre. Baby poop color. She ate it and she loved it. She had no idea. Surely she should have heard the blender going. She once cried her eyes out because I told her that Caesar salad dressing has anchovies in it. She will not eat fish or any kind of seafood. She decided after a while that Caesar salad dressing is okay because she can't see the anchovies. And by that logic, I decided she doesn't need to know about it if I've used Worcestershire sauce. I can never say that word, it's so long. Either. If you grill something, she will painstakingly cut the grill marks off. She won't eat the black stuff and she won't eat any meat that still has bone on it. I can't. It's just I understand some of these things like some people have certain little quirks. I think we all have like a couple weird ones or one weird one, but it's all of it together. Yeah, and forcing everybody else to do it. This is ridiculous. One time I attempted chicken vindaloo. I don't know what that is. What is that? Am I learning something today? Admittedly, I am not super like big foodie, to be fair. Oh, it's a spicy chicken. That's why. That's why.
Ghost pepper.
Oh gosh, it's ghost pepper. No, okay, that's why. I was not designed for the spicy. I just wasn't. I wasn't. I was designed for the uber sweet. That was what I was designed for. Hence why I'm having a Riesling, a late harvest. Let's be fair. For me and dear husband, she was not invited. She showed up at our house and was mad at me for making spicy food, and she acted like it was some sort of assassination attempt. Oh my gosh! Perhaps the most befuddling of all is her seething hatred of toast. She won't eat any bread that's been toasted. What? No croutons? No toasty warm bagels and no garlic bread. She hates garlic bread and claims the smell bothers her. The smell of garlic and butter? No. The smell of garlic bread bothers her. That's somehow different. Who hates toast? Okay, I genuinely want to know, is anyone here not like toast in general? Because if you don't, I want to understand why. I don't quite get that. And that's what I mean. Like KDR's 94, yeah, she can't even have a brat diet. Like what does she eat? I can't. So I shouldn't make it if she comes over. The truth is that she hates to watch people chow down on stuff that she doesn't enjoy. It makes her mad for some reason. I have compiled and stopped making it part I've complied and stopped making it partly because I was hoping that dear husband would see that more of his mother equals less garlic bread equals less happiness. Oh my gosh. I can't. I cannot. This is absolutely wild. The small bit of no contact we've gotten has been amazing. I've been cooking and baking like crazy, and we've been having all the spicy food we want. I could have done it before, but I just hated her coming over and saying, "Oh, what's that smell? I feel faint. Oh, I feel lightheaded." Is that safe? If I make something she isn't familiar with. I'm trying to get better at making curries so that we can save money on takeout. Dear husband is loving it too. Lastly, here's a tidbit of one of her fits. One time I was making food for everyone. We had made the mistake of letting her come over early to help. She was later banned from seeing me cook because she's such a baby about it. She whines if I add pepper. It's like having a backseat driver for cooking. Ugh. Denise. Yes. No garlic bread, no happiness. I had to boil some water for potatoes, but I also had to peel some tomatoes. I did what any lazy chef would do, and I brought 1 pot of water to boil, blanched the tomatoes, then added the potatoes. The tomatoes were only dipped in the boiling water for a few seconds to make the skins easier to take off. The water didn't even get cloudy or change color. It didn't affect the potatoes. No one would have been the wiser, and no one present had a deadly tomato allergy. Okay, so
She saved a pot
she saved water
and a pot.
in a pot. Is this like a is this a faux pas, guys?
Not in my eyes.
I don't think that this is I don't think that that's that weird. It's boiled water.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Cruise control freaked out and cried when I dumped the potatoes into the contaminated boiling water. Those thoroughly washed tomatoes that spent 30 seconds in boiling water have irreparably damaged her potatoes and she won't eat them. I said, fine, then don't, but they will get eaten by everyone else. She took this as a challenge and went around to the other guests. Yes, we're awful people. We exposed her to our friends. You know what? If I was your friend, I think I would need to have at least one interaction with her because I think it's the whole thing. Like, if your friends know what she's like, then they're gonna like actually understand and believe you when you talk about this stuff. Because if I just knew you as a friend and you told me some of this stuff in passing, I don't know if I would believe you. But I feel like if I had been at that party where she knocked over the margaritas, I would believe you. Just, I can't. She tried to get everyone to see how gross that was. Someone came into the kitchen and peeked at the pot, went back out and said, "Looks fine to me. I don't get why it bothers you so much." The mashed potatoes were licked clean from the bowl. Oh gosh, I can't. I cannot. Oh no, back. Okay. Cruise control knows just the way to get us to regret going no contact with her. Oh no. Producer sister, am I ready for this?
I don't know.
Oh gosh. Okay. I can't. Here we go. Cruise control, my crazy mother-in-law, who we recently went no contact with, has been a lot calmer than we expected. She blew up to your husband's phone before he blocked her, and she peered through our windows once. I scared her off. I expected World War III. So this has been pleasant. The silence couldn't last. I'm so sorry. So here's the latest thing she did in the exciting world of Nope. Oh, I love that. The exciting world of Nope.
Like
Nope.
half of giving the gift of no.
It's like the theme park version of giving the gift of no. The world of Nope. Nope world. Cruise control came to the house when dear husband and I were both at work with a large manila envelope. She didn't take it up the stairs onto the porch. She just tossed the envelope like a frisbee and hightailed it out of there. I guess she thinks she's invisible to our doorbell unless she steps on the porch. She isn't. I took one for the team and opened it when we both were home. It was large prints of photos of cruise control and a note explaining that they're for our wall?
Oh, right. Of course, it's always about you, isn't it?
This woman needs so much help. I can't. Why would you think they want that at this point? If you're lucky enough to be hearing about the lunacy of cruise control for the first time right now, I'll explain. She has a grudge against her ex husband, father in law, that extends to his lovely wife and stepdaughters, who are both friends of mine. She would flip out and cry if we had any photos of those family members within her sight. I got pissed one day and updated the photo wall in our living room to include all of our family members. Cruise control was still in it, for F's sake. We believe that seeing those photos is what caused her tantrum and caused us to go no contact with her. It is insane to me that she hasn't heard from us in weeks and has spent all of this time frothing at the mouth about what our living room wall looks like. I don't know what to do with the photos. I'm thinking about investing in a dartboard. Thoughts? Whatever helps you, man. Whatever helps you. Whatever helps. How are we doing, guys? We're about halfway through. Are we doing okay? Oh, gosh. Lulu's mom. Did she autograph them? Ah! Oh, gosh. Yeah, Rando, though, give them to her therapist. Yeah, that's a great. I just want to let you know that your client fully just walked in my property and frisbeed photos of herself to go on my wall when we're no contact. I can't. I cannot. Are we doing okay, guys? Is there like freezing going on and stuff? I just saw King Bob is having some issues. I just want to make sure. I'm hardwired. We should be okay. Okay. Oh gosh. All right. Cruise control showed up again in an effing disguise. No. Cruise control has taken to emailing dear husband, not me, but I think she feels that I'm a lost cause because she hasn't had ample time alone with me to program buttons. That or I'm just not that popular. She wants to sit at the cool kid table. I think she believes she has a grasp on dear husband based on communications to him. She writes stuff to evoke emotions, especially the remember when kind of stuff. Oh, she like member berries him? Member? You remember? She thinks she can get him to miss her by making him reminisce about childhood instead of snapping into a trance and becoming a lethal killing machine bent on assassinating the prime rib of microkinesia. He usually shakes his head and says, "That's not how I remember it." Good for you. Good for you. This is growth. This is growth. Example, she sent an email about how something reminded her of how she took him ice skating for his birthday and they had a great time. Dear husband told me the real story. He was invited to an ice skating birthday party at an indoor ice skating rink during one of father in law's days. Cruise control wanted to take him, and father in law said no. Because one, just effing why, and two, he knew she would probably ruin the poor kid's birthday. She got jealous and decided that she would take dear husband herself the next week. He didn't want to go because he still had blisters from the rental skates. She insisted, and they had a lousy time. Oh my gosh. The emails are being redirected to a folder so dear husband doesn't have to see them. But she makes a new email address every once in a while, so a lot of them slip through. He hasn't replied. No contact, weirdly enough, means no contact. So I guess her little pea brain decided that dear husband must not be getting her emails. There is simply no other explanation for his lack of response. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for these people. I can't imagine. Cannot imagine. She showed up wearing a crappy Halloween wig and sunglasses. and tossed another manila envelope like it was a frisbee onto our porch and took off. Can she not see how unhinged she is? How do you, it's literally it's the Charlotte Dobre. How are you not embarrassed? Like I don't. How do you not have shame? Have you no shame? I can't. The folder was printouts of all of her emails to him from the last time he ever emailed her back. There was a note as well. The note was paraphrased. I haven't gotten a response from you, so I assume your email address has changed. Here is the correspondence you should have received. I love you. What part of no contact do you not understand? No contact. No contact. None. It's over. It's done. Oh my gosh. The note seems fairly normal, but do remember that she delivered it while wearing dollar store wig and oversized sunglasses while attempting and failing to avoid her security cameras. I want to see the video. I want to see that video so bad. Please. Please. I'm just picturing this like massive like curly wig that just looks absolutely ridiculous. And like, do you guys remember? Okay, this is probably dating me, but I don't care. Here we go. Do you guys remember the big comfy couch? An old kid show? And like Lunette the clown? Sorry, I'm pulling it up. I don't know why, but I just imagine her wearing sunglasses that are shaped like this with like a massive black curly wig. That's the image I have in my head. It's probably very inaccurate, but it's making me laugh. You know what I mean? That's what I picture in my mind. I can't. I'm sorry. Okay. We did the same thing with this envelope that we did with the last one. We took it inside, perused its contents, scanned and photographed it all, and then put it back on the front porch so it looked like we didn't even care enough to pick it up. The other envelope from earlier was rained on, and it looks pretty pathetic. I'm jazzed about the fact that she probably saw it. Wow. Next update. Cruise Control made a sad attempt to have me sacked. Oh my gosh. Okay. At this point, guys, I'm actually kind of getting a little bit mad. OP and dear husband, why is there not a restraining order? There's been stalking, there's been verbal abuse, there has been property damage. Like, why have we not done a restraining order? Because I feel like at this point, like, your employer should be aware that you have a stalker. Like, I don't know what this is all going to say, but just like, this is why these orders exist. This is why they are a thing. Okay. I got a call this weekend from a woman who used to be my coworker at my old job. I left that job over 2 years ago for my current job, and since then the old coworker has been promoted, and she would be my boss if I still worked in the same position. She told me she got a strange phone call from a person who was concerned about a horrible person like me being employed at my workplace. I asked her to describe the person calling, and she said it sounded like a woman's voice and she was very weepy. Yeah, it's cruise control. I gave my old coworker Cliff Notes version, and she said she knew something was fishy about the call because the woman pretended to be a stranger to me, but then shared details that made it clear that she knew me. She also refused to give a name. I asked repeatedly for an email address she could send evidence to. I'm very intrigued about what this evidence could be, but I'm not going to ask that. My old coworker give out any more contact info to someone known to harass people. Yeah. Totally get that. Old coworker did 2 very nice things for me. 1, she actually never told cruise control that I no longer worked there. 2, she volunteered to pass along any communication she receives from cruise control without me even asking. The old coworker had a stalker when I worked there, and she knows the drill. If the drill was written for her, she will help out if I need it. I'm not happy that cruise control is trying to sabotage me, but I'm glad it was intercepted by someone who isn't actually my boss and is too smart to fall for that kind of BS. Dear husband and I have decided that it's C&D time. Cease and desist time. Yes, yes. Eventually, cruise control will remember that she could easily Google me and she'll find my actual workplace, which is easily searchable. So we want to nip this in the bud now. I agree. I agree. Next update. Cruise control wants dear husband to change his last name. Of course she does. Despite no contact, she still won't drop it. Quick background. Dear husband's parents divorced when he was a toddler. He was raised 50-50 by both of his parents. This didn't stop cruise control from lamenting about how hard it was to be a single mother to a child with a deadbeat dad. Cruise control spent a lot of dear husband's childhood trying to demonize his father. It didn't work. If anything, his dad is practically his best friend. The two are like peas in a pod. She was threatened by this and would cry, wail, and whimper until dear husband awkwardly told her what she wanted to hear so she'd leave him alone. She asked him to do and say things that were totally unfair, asked him to say he loved her more than he loved his dad, etc. Oh my gosh, the manipulation of this woman. I was going to say, I was talking to my mom about this the other night because she's been following the drama, obviously. And one of the things that I said to her was, in the back of my head, I've been wondering what the heck happened between father-in-law and cruise control. Because it seems like this divorce wounded her greatly. And for a while, I thought to myself, maybe he did do something really bad that really, really wounded her. But then I started thinking about the fact that dear husband has a relationship with his father. And I said, I'm sure she probably used tactics of parental alienation. Yet dear husband has still chosen to be a part of his dad's life and wants his dad in his. And I think most of the time, and I've seen this with some of my friends, when there's a really ugly divorce and one party is very obviously at fault, more so than the other. And I know that most divorces, there's, nobody's perfect. But if one of the parents stepped so far out of line that it just was absolutely unforgivable, a lot of the kids don't really want anything to do with that parent. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of go like, no. I've had friends who have had such a terrible falling out with their father that they don't really even want them at their wedding because of what they did to their mom. And I feel like, based on what we're seeing, we're not dealing with a situation like that. And based on the way that cruise control has reacted to like everything that's gone on here, I have the feeling she has made herself a victim in this situation, but she probably isn't. And I wonder if it's that the marriage fell apart because she had so many issues and she wouldn't deal with them. And he finally decided to choose himself. And that's the anger, is that she lost one of the best things that ever happened to her and she can't handle it. And when I hear things like, asking dear husband to say that he loved her more than he loved his dad, it just seems kind of like there's something very wrong here. And I really think that that is the root of this. This is the root. And it's really sad. Yeah, Jackie Swan, right there. My parents' divorce was the best thing that ever happened to me and my siblings. We got to tell narc mother to F off. Yay. That yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So the last name change was the one thing that dear husband wouldn't let her have. When dear husband was in middle school, it suddenly started to bother cruise control that she still had her ex-husband's last name. She decided to change it, but only if dear husband changed his too. There was some kind of odd logic of hers that he would belong more to whichever parent had the same name. Belong. Okay. Okay. Dear husband didn't want to change his name. It had been his name his whole life, and his dad was still very present and devoted to him. So why erase that link when he was forced to favor his mother and almost everything else? Again, I know people whose parents have divorced and they have changed their last name to not be associated with that parent that caused it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. Cruise control continued to badger him about it for the next few weeks. She tried to compromise by saying the two of them could come up with a brand new last name instead of using her old maiden name. What? She used to make handwritten lists of last names and give them to him to ponder. Apparently, she dropped it for a few years but started back up when she realized we were getting married. So she started on the which last name will you take stuff very quickly. She was practically foaming at the mouth. She was so excited. She wrote one of those god awful emails that was like 60 pages long about last names and how people are making their own traditions now. How fun, right? You guys should pick a new name that has meaning to you. She started making handwritten lists again. A lot of her suggestions sounded like a nom de plume one might choose if one writes smutty romance novels. A lot of them sounded vaguely French. She has a penchant for last names that start with Saint. Not one of them will fit well with our first names. When I jokingly said we had chosen the last name Phalange. Oh my gosh! The Friends jokes, yes! She commended me on how unique it is. Stop it!
Didn't get the joke.
Ah! No! No! Yes! Princess Consuela Banana Hammock! Dora, oh my gosh. Crap bag! For those of you that don't know, there is a running gag in Friends with the character.
One episode. Well,
I
okay,
don't. It happened more than once.
Phalange is a running gag.
Yeah, phalange.
Princess
No, I know.
Consuela Banana
No,
Hammock and
phalange is a running joke within Friends. It's very silly. And then there also is a joke with Phoebe when she gets married that she realizes that she can change her whole name to anything that she wants, and she fully like doesn't she fill out the paperwork for Princess Consuela Banana Hammock?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Mike changes his name to Crap.
Yeah. So her husband to be changes his name to Crap Bag.
First name
And
Crap,
not
last name Bag.
first name Crap, last name Bag. And then I think they do change their names back. It's like a whole plot thing.
Mike never does it formally.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's just ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for her to be like Saint Phalange. This is the name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had actually wanted to keep my own last name because it's a rare one. Only less than 100 people left with my surname, and only 30 of those in America. Interesting. My father is an immigrant, and it's a little cultural tie to where he's from. And my first and middle names are from my mom's culture. Dear husband has a nice surname, but it's not in danger of dying out. He actually suggested taking my name at first, and I thought of it and I liked the idea. Yes! I have to say, I do really like what Beyonce and Jay-Z did. I think now both of them have the last name Knowles Carter. They just put them together. Like, yeah, I kind of like that actually. It's cool. It's cool if you want to do that. I like that. And then Cruise Control was just a little too excited about it, and we realized with sinking hearts that she was going to change her last name to ours. What? No.
Oh, right. Of course, it's always about you, isn't it?
So I took your husband's last name. It's the only name she won't change hers to. My maiden name is now my middle name. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I know she hasn't dropped. The reason I know she hasn't dropped it is she left another envelope on top of the mailbox this time and wrote in dear husband's first name plus cruise control's last name on it. And inside the envelope was another one of those lists. The contents of the envelope didn't mention no contact at all and sounded like we still talk regularly. One thing even said, here's the info you asked for, which neither of us have ever heard of, much less requested. The Delulu. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I might have actually set something up with the Ring camera that as soon as she shows up on the property, Mariah just starts going, and I was like, why are you so obsessed with me? And just loop the chorus. Why are you so obsessed with me? I want to know. Oh my gosh. Just ridiculous. Yes, Delulu World, Katie Artist, 100%. 100%. Okay, we got another update. Cruise control is on my effing porch. Happy effing birthday to me. Oh gosh. We're having a very scary thunderstorm right now. I would bet my life savings that cruise control checked the forecast and tried to predict the worst time to show up. If there's lightning, we just have to let her in, right? Oh my gosh. She needs to be committed. I'm sorry. This is just insane. Dear husband and I were having a very low-key birthday dinner, just us. The bigger family gathering will be this weekend. She knows that we make the same meal every year on my birthday, so we wouldn't be at a restaurant. She showed up and banged on the door and started screaming we would have to let her in or she'll die of the cold. It was over 80 degrees today and it can't be less than 70. And she has a car and can leave at any time. Bye, Felicia! Cindy D. Yeah, do it for Dad! Like, this is unhinged! This is insane! And the thing, a part of me has been like, are we sure this is real? And then the more that I think about it, I'm like, making this up? I would be impressed. I'd be impressed. This is the type of unhinged that I believe in. Like, leaving the photos on the front porch. You can't make that stuff up. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. F you, Dad! I love how we're such a loving community, except Dan. Except when it comes to Dan. I think we love, the guy that had the trailer, the tent trailer, too much to love Dan. We're too hurt for him. She's still out there, and she's screaming and acting like a lunatic. I don't know what to say to the police when they show up. Officer, she'll tell you she wanted to wish me a happy birthday, but I don't want her in my house because she tried to get me fired and she ruined the last party she crashed. No, that's when you say, I've sent this woman a cease and desist. This is why we've pursued a restraining order. She will not leave us alone. She's having mandatory therapy right now because she tried to starve herself because she wouldn't respect our boundaries. She is crazy. And I am afraid of what she's capable of at this point. That's what you tell them. Here we go. Update, the police are here. The police officer asked if we wouldn't mind taking this inside because it's raining pretty badly and it's hard to hear anything. Dear husband said, you may come in, but she may not. They're standing in the front entry talking. Update 2. It was pretty anticlimactic. One officer came inside to talk to dear husband and the other officer stayed outside to talk to cruise control. The other officer just let her get into the car and leave. Before the other was finished talking to us, he opened the door and her car was gone. I went to bed mad and didn't eat any cake. Update 3. Dear husband is going to get a copy of the police report. The cease and desist was already going to happen, but now the wording is going to be changed to reflect this incident. I was starting to feel bad about sending a cease and desist, but now I don't. Side note, my birthday wasn't ruined. Dear husband brought me a latte and a cookie on my lunch break to make up for my lack of sleep. We're having a birthday dinner on the weekend with my family. Mine is cruise control, so that'll be my chance for a do-over. Medora art. If this was a movie, everyone would say it's too unrealistic, even Dan. Oh gosh. Okay. Next one. We are on slide 26 of 33, guys. Life has been nuts. Cruise control has been nuttier. How I'm afraid to ask how. I want to, but I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Is anyone else afraid? Put a 1 in the chat if you are afraid of what is coming. It's not this one, it's the next one. Oh, thank you, producer sister. Here we go.
Just warning you. Get your wine ready.
Katie Artist. She probably hates nuts. Stop! Okay. First of all, I would like to say, take everything back I ever said about the stupid Ring doorbell. It's fall and I live in a state where the leaves are finally starting to drop. It's also really windy. My phone has been going off several times a day because of the wind and the leaves. I tried changing the sensitivity, but it's just been reduced. And JC, it's been annoying. We finally had a cease and desist drafted and sent. It took longer than expected for reasons I won't bore you with. That was a while ago, and she was actually silent for weeks. That must have been nice. Then she started again with leaving stuff on our porch. It was always at an hour when we would be at work, and always in a weird tone that implies we still talk to her. We get no more than 1 or 2 things a week on the porch, which apparently means it's not harassment. Oh gosh. We spoke to a super helpful police officers who told us that he can't arrest someone for leaving stuff on the porch occasionally. He asked us if we wanted to have all people who distribute flyers arrested. Oh my gosh. Fantastic. Great. The most recent packet from her was a bunch of clippings and receipts. She had a note there asking us to mark which ones we want her to make for Thanksgiving. I can't tell if she's delusional or she's putting on an act hoping we won't dare to disappoint her. Oh, gosh. Cruise control has done the pretend I believe I'm invited and then they have to invite me thing so many times. So I'm leaning towards that. She uses that tactic often. So we have a nickname for it, which I can't share because it has her name in it. All the crap she leaves goes in our file. It is scanned and saved digitally as well. I just say that because I know it'll be suggested in the comments a lot. Good. We're talking about moving house. It might be nice to be a little closer to my parents. We said we'd make the decision on that by December because we'd like to have the house on the market in the spring if we can. You know what would be hilarious? It doesn't have to be permanent. Move in with father-in-law. Just go live there. Just go live there. Would that not be glorious, producer sister?
I just don't know how it would disrupt their lives. But yes, it would be quite entertaining to watch.
I'm just saying, she's not going to go on their property because then he could be like, my ex-wife won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
Just saying. The house will be empty for Thanksgiving. I'm a bit worried about that. I have the feeling cruise control will show up. We have neighbors who have agreed to keep an eye out and call the police if they have to. Dear husband and I wrote a letter to give to the neighbors in case they have to call the police. The letter is pretty much, we are the homeowners. We've asked the neighbor to watch the house. If this woman, pick of cruise control, claims to live here and be invited, it is a lie. Also, here's a copy of the cease and desist we sent her to show how serious we are about her staying away from us. We told the neighbor only to bother calling if cruise control is damaging property or trying to get inside. If she just cries on the porch, whatever. Enjoy your turkey and ignore her. I really hope that cruise control doesn't ruin Thanksgiving for the neighbors.
Before you go to the next slide, how do you think this will
Okay, producer sister is now asking, how do you think this is going to end? I get the feeling we're approaching the finale.
Yes.
I'm going to give you guys a second in the chat. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen right now, because I don't know.
Say it was not how I thought.
Yeah, everybody's saying not well. Rando from Iowa, Purple Rose Gamer going, not a good ending. Jackie Swan, badly. Denise, I am scared. Shauna, I think they move with no forwarding address. Tammy, not well. KDR's94, nuttier than we can imagine. I'm going with it's going to be Nuck and Futz. That's where I am. Cindy D, ending husband throws mama from the train. Haha. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's go. The effer has been talking to cruise control behind my back. I thought dear husband's noodle spine had been cured. He was so enthusiastic and agreed to everything we said in couples counseling. He was so on board. He was coming up with ideas himself. He's been lying to me the entire time. He has a secret email account. He's been emailing her to keep her happy so she won't go too crazy. No.
Divorce, babe. Divorce.
Absolutely not. No. I wondered why she wasn't escalating. Something seemed so off about it. Y'all, we consulted lawyers about her. We wrote a cease and desist. Kind of hard to take a scary letter saying stay away from us seriously when the person who sent it is violating it. I feel personally betrayed. Raise your hand if you feel personally betrayed by dear husband. Oh my gosh. This can't be real. No. He wrote an email to her warning her that she's going to get a scary letter in the mail, but not to be freaked out. I was just hurt by the fact that she tried to get me fired and I needed to let my frustration out. I really don't want advice. I also really don't want to be urged to cross post to another Reddit. I packed a bag and went to my parents. I'm spending Thanksgiving with them. He's no longer invited. I also called my father-in-law and told him everything. Maybe that was petty of me, but I'm just hoping father-in-law can talk some sense into him and make him understand how supremely effed his behavior is. I don't know what I want or why I'm posting. I guess I just want some animal gifts and sympathy thrown my way. Oh my gosh. I am Yep. Pearl Jan. Yep. If you want her that bad, have her. Disgusting. Carbonized, I understand that he's been brainwashed by this woman his whole life, getting at a cult's heart. I do understand that. And there have been points through this that I have defended dear husband. But when you're going to lawyers, when you're doing this stuff because there genuinely is a fear of what this person will do to you, he's chosen his mother over her. When you marry someone, you choose to make that person go first. To me, this is like basically the same level of cheating. Because you've chosen someone else to endanger your marriage. You have told now your partner that they are not as important as another person. I can't. I'm sorry. No. Disgusting. Disgusting. Okay. Next update. I don't trust him and I can't stand his crying. I usually post over at another Reddit. I have a mother-in-law who I thought my husband and I were no contact with. I found out that my husband has a secret email address just to talk to his mom. And he was telling her that I won't stay mad forever and things like that. He went as far as to tell her not to worry about the cease and desist we had sent her because I didn't really mean it. We had our Thanksgiving separately and then I just stayed with my parents. I didn't want to see him or talk to him. I was just still so angry and depressed. The commute to work is too long from their house, so I came back home. He cries and cries and cries. I walk into the room and he bursts into tears. I'm sure he's genuinely upset, but it just makes me think of his mother. Tears are her favorite way to manipulate people, and it just makes me resent him more. We haven't had the big talk since the day I left. Our whole life together is me avoiding him and him crying his eyes out. He wants to return to couples counseling. I don't really feel up for it. More tears. Except I'm paying to be stuck in a room with them for an hour. No thanks. I'm just feeling resentful and pissed and defeatist. I don't like being around him right now. Oh, wow. Next post. What do I do about holidays with my recently estranged husband? I'm still adjusting to the news that my husband has been lying to me for heaven knows how long. I have not spoken to divorce lawyers because I don't really know 100% certainty that is what I want. I'm probably 89% there. I can't face Christmas with him. I'm especially angry because he called me in a panic and told me that I shouldn't open my laptop because he was looking for Christmas presents and left my browser open. It was a lie that he had covered up to cover up the fact that he had left his secret email open on my laptop. My family, my parents, and two younger brothers are going to go to my grandparents' home country for Christmas. That means I can't just change plans and celebrate with them. I'm supposed to watch their dog while they're gone. I don't want to be alone. I could stay at my parents' house and play with the dog and have a quiet Christmas, but the thought makes me sad. We were supposed to have Christmas festivities with my father-in-law and his family. I don't want to play happy family right now. I'm very close to his family, but it hurts knowing I will probably lose them soon. His stepsisters are two of my closest friends, but I don't know what will happen there. I can see it getting complicated. What can I do with only weeks to spare and a dog to take care of? Okay. I'm assuming this is the last update. Here we go. Hi, I'm still around and I'm not pregnant. I took a long hiatus. Pardon?
I took the pregnancy credit because someone started a rumor on Reddit.
Oh, someone started a rumor on Reddit that she was pregnant, so she was confirming with that she's not. I took a long hiatus from posting because I thought it'd do me good. I opened the laptop I usually use for posting this account, and there was a notification that looked concerning. So I opened my account for the first time since 2018. First of all, I am touched that I received so many offers to visit people's homes for Christmas. I just found out about this a few moments ago, even though this all happened 16 days ago or so. I'm still trying to get to the bottom of it. No idea if the impersonator knew me in person, but personally, I doubt it since they posted easily disproven things. So I assume that that's the rumor.
Yeah.
Okay. I posted here because it says nothing to do with cruise control, so it does not belong in the main sub. Please don't ask me about the whole mess. I'd rather not. Editor's note. This was OP's final comment, and the account stopped commenting shortly thereafter.
So the next slide has a few comments that she posted after that.
Okay.
And that's the last we've heard from her.
So it looks like OP did reply to a few comments. So producer sister has put relevant comments from her on the next slide. So these are the last things we have heard from her. And there has not been activity since. Things are a lot better. I'm getting used to my new normal. I have a wonderful support system. He left his email open on my laptop. He likes to use my laptop in bed because it's not as heavy as his. I open my laptop and the first thing I see is an email about the cease and desist from my mother-in-law, the email it was replying to. What I want is what I thought I had. I was proud of us. I thought we had come so far together and that he had emotionally matured by leaps and bounds over the past 2 years. I was always bragging on my awesome husband who had to make the hard decision and took it like a champ. Haha. If you'd asked me what I loved about my husband 3 weeks ago, the first 5 things on my list would be the things I know now to be complete lies. And that's it.
She hasn't posted since.
Wow.
So it's been 5 years since she posted. So I doubt we'll get it.
Yeah. So producer sister said there's been 5 years since she has posted. So at that point, we're not expecting any updates. Wow. That, wow. I'm so sorry, guys. I know you guys watch this because I need to do a show and I need to talk, and I the silence isn't good, but I just can't. I can't believe this, and I really do feel like I feel betrayed in a very weird way. I don't. I hope she's okay. I really do. And and a part of me is like, I want to wish dear husband well, but at the same time I'm like, dude, you made your choice. You made so many times. So many times. Are okay, I'm gonna do this. I know everybody can't see the poll, so the top option is yes, the second one is no. And the question is, are we in shock right now? Like, so if you are, pick the first option. If you're not, pick the second if you can't see it, because I know things have been wonky. Oh my goodness. I hope this woman finds an amazing person who is going to love her the way that she deserves. I can't believe this. Wow. Glad I'm drinking. I'm glad I'm drinking. Wow.
Warned you.
Yeah. Bernice, that's why I said I know people can't see the polls right now. That's an issue within YouTube. I can't change it. It is what it is. But you should be able to see 2 options, and the top one is yes, the bottom one is no, and the question is, are we in shock?
I like Cindy's comment.
Trying to Cindy D, I'm going to take her not posting so long as a sign her life got great and she's just moved on and not posting and ecstatically happy. I hope so. I really do. I really hope so. Oh. General Scott, my mother did the same thing to my second marriage till I went no contact. It was a nightmare that destroyed it. I'm so sorry. That or the second wife going from bi to lesbian. But it was probably more my mother up at that point. Oh gosh. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I mean, y'all, I think 88% of us right now are in shock. We're shook. We are shooketh. We are shooketh. And Wow, I really hoped that this would not be appropriate, but I mean,
Divorce, babe, divorce.
really, really. Yeah. I'm just watching the chat because you guys are all just like having a moment, the same as me. Like, Tyrana, I hope she's living her best life. I do too. I do too.
I like her post of things, like her comments, saying things are a lot better. I'm getting used to my new normal.
Yeah.
I have a wonderful support system.
Yeah, producer sister just said she's happy to see that there's the one comment of things are a lot better. I'm getting used to my new normal and I have a wonderful support system. So it sounds like we know her mom's great and I'm sure they are loving on her. Oh my goodness. Thank you, General Scott, for the 5 gifted memberships. That's so kind of you. Oh, what? Okay, apparently I missed. Shauna gave 10 memberships, and I missed that too. I'm so sorry, Shauna. I'm sorry I missed that. Thank you to the both of you for the gifted memberships. What does that bring us up to? Recalculating. It's like GPS. Do, 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 do. 43. That is amazing. Thank you so much. And welcome to the 43 new Space Angels. Much love to you. I'm so happy to see you here. Yeah, Lulu's mom. I agree. I cannot think of anything else she could have done here and then to be betrayed. He manipulated OP as badly as Cruise Control did. That is horrific. Wow. Yeah, Carbonized Artist, the mental abuse that this husband and his mother put on OP is wild. Yep. The work that she put into this. Oh. Holy Popo, yeah, the mom should be ashamed. You know what? They deserve each other. If they want to love each other that way, that badly, then fine. Fine. Oh. Yeah, Cindy D. We were all joking around and then the ending came and my jaw was on the floor. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I agree, Lulu's mom. He gets no pass for being his mother's victim because he knows how this is. He knows. You think they didn't have these conversations in counseling? He didn't talk to these therapists that were like, this is not okay. What you went through was not okay. He made a choice. He made a choice. Oof. No.
Well, she can move in now.
Should we have a puppy break? Should we bring the Lacey? Should we bring the Lacey? Let's bring the Lacey. Please.
Come here.
Oh, here she is. Oh, you have fluff face. You have fluff face. Yeah. Here's Lacey. Everybody look at the puppy. We all need that. I can't. You okay, baby bear? So she always watches the chat. She's always watching, and it's in both windows, so she's looking back and forth at the time, and then she looks at herself and she's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I know. I'll show you guys. I got her a new bandana for the holidays. It's just a cute like plaid. And then she has a collar that I don't think you could see that well because she's so fluffy, but it's another like holiday plaid. Yeah. Her brother kept us up for quite a bit of last night. He was very vocal. So she's very tired. I'm very tired. Yeah. But she's a good girl. You are, aren't you? Yeah, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah. I can't see you that well. Yeah. Here we go. Let me do this. Would Lacey like a cookie? I'm sorry I can't get the camera angle better. Making me nervous getting that close to the edge. Can I have a pop? Good girl. Good girl. What about a blue? Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Is it pretty? I don't want to do it too much because she's like balancing on a cushion. Oh my goodness. Oh. Subi Sue, member for 9 months. Oh, so it's like when it came through today, though, it said you joined. So was it just like a renew? That's so weird. But anyway, thank you, Subi Sue. I thought I recognized your name. Like I thought you had been here for a while. Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you guys for watching me because I am baffled in this moment. Shauna sent a $20 super sticker. Thank you very much. It's the hippo. Victory. Yes. Very, very cool. Oh my goodness. Oh, General Scott at that angle. Lacey needs a mini mic on her bed like a co-host. It'd be cute. It's hard though, like the angles, because it's true. Like I put up the comments and like they cover her, right? So it's tough. And I also like to, let her rest. Let her be. Oh my goodness. Oh. KDR74. Well, dear husband is doomed to be off of garlic bread, cheesecake, toast, spicy food, etc., for the rest of his life. Good. Yep. 100%. Oh. Carbonized Stardust, turns out we needed to direct the garlic toward dear husband. He was also an emotional vampire. Ugh. Not wrong. Not wrong. Just wait a couple more years, General Scott. Just wait a couple more years later, we'll see the garlic bread murder on A&E. It's gonna be the law and crime. We're gonna all follow the trial. We'll all just be here. We'll be here for 8 hours a day, watching this, being like, "Oh my gosh." Oh my goodness. KDR74, thank you for the super sticker. Hoip. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to do that. Oh my gosh. Carbonized Stardust, it wasn't me, it was the baguette. What? Oh, dear husband will redeem himself. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. He had so many chances to, and he didn't. And he did not. He did not. We've been going for a while. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, the funny thing is, I notice that if I'm quiet, right, people leave because a lot of people are listening to it like a podcast or whatever. So we need the constant like sound and engagement. We're not losing numbers. We're all just still in this state of being like, how? Yeah, like Shauna, we're still like, I can't believe he was talking to Cece the whole time. Because the thing is, like, you wind back in your mind through all these events. How long has this been going on? Did he tell her where they were in the honeymoon? Really? Like, how far back does this go? How long has he been a double agent? Just years. Yeah. How long did this happen? How long was this going? And that's the thing. It's like the betrayal of it all. This is betrayal trauma. Wow. Yep. KDR's just said, is that how Cece knew they went on their honeymoon? She thought the whole time that it was the aunt. And like the things that the aunt said to her.
Well, the aunt was still definitely at fault for stuff because she's the one who wanted them
Yeah, I know. But like, okay, so producer Sister said, yeah, but like the aunt is still at fault because she wanted him to talk to them. Like she wanted them talking and everything else. But my question is that like, was he talking to her too? Was it like, let's have mom show up and then maybe we can like convince OP to be okay with this? And they were all in on it together. You know what I mean? Like, did he know? Was he doing it then? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Carbonite Stardust, she's going to spend years unraveling all his lies. They are going to haunt her. She will question everything. That is so sad. So, so sad. General Scott, if I ever find out who Cruise Control is, I'm going to send her Olive Garden coupons for the rest of her life. I'd send her a toaster. Who hates toast? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Lulu's mom. Did the whole family know how messed up they all were? And was everyone involved in this ruse? I don't think father-in-law would have known. But, oh my gosh. Oof.
There's one thing, again, reading it back today. If you look on slide 26.
Okay, producer sister is telling me to go back to a specific slide. She wants to talk about something, so I'm going to go back here. Okay, slide 26.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The middle paragraph, then she starts again.
After we finally had the cease and desist drafted and sent. It took longer than expected for reasons I won't bore you with. That was a while ago, and she was actually silent for weeks, and then she started again leaving stuff on our porch. Always in an hour we'd be at work, always in a weird tone that implies we were still talking to her. Spoke to the police officers that said it had to be more than 2 things a week.
But just the fact that
He probably instructed her to do that.
and the implication that they were talking to her in what she was writing.
Yeah, and just the implication. Because of the implication. Melissa Smith. Signs of serial killers, bedwetting, starting fires, and not liking garlic bread. I know there's some people that don't like garlic bread that aren't this way, but it's just, I think it's just it's the combination of all of it together. It's just a lot. It's a lot. I am going to be reeling from this for a while. Yeah, my fella, yep. And the tone was that they were still talking because they were. If I was OP, I think I would have been completely destroyed. It's just horrible. Horrible. Well,
Wednesdays will be happy.
I'm told Wednesdays will be happier. I'm here for that.
I mean, we still have Karen, but we're doing Frank on Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm going to stop the poll because we've been consistent at these numbers for a bit. The majority of us are shooketh. We're all reeling, having a moment. Carbonized. Bring on the next 3-letter name douche canoe. We had Joe, we had Dan, and we had mother-in-law. Oh my gosh. Wednesdays is a standalone, so there's no lore you need to catch up on for Wednesday. We're all on it together. You may have seen it before, but it's fantastic. And yes, that one Denise was a dumpster fire. That, oh my gosh. Okay. So we are all in shock. We are all having this moment. We are all here. I do want to ask you guys, this has been 4 episodes, a tremendous amount of work to go through and to put together Not only that, but producer sister also took some of this stuff and made it more um my English good. Made it easier for me to be able to read it in my concussed state. Can I get some love in the chat for producer sister for everything? It my gosh, the amount of work, because this is part of the thing. She has to read these all through to the end. And there have been a few that she's like, I think I've got one. And then she gets to a certain point and goes, we can't use that one. And then all that time that she spent is essentially wasted. Although I don't think it's wasted, in my opinion, but it's frustrating when like you put that much time in and you don't get the result that you're hoping for. And then you spend all this time. So she has invested so much into this. She cares a lot about what she puts together for you guys. So just if you guys can shower her in the love that she deserves, because she does. I am so appreciative of you, producer sister, every day. And I am trying to get myself together. Holy Popo, yes, her mic is still in progress. We've had a few things going on, as I talked about the other day. Like today, we had drywall. Drywall went up. That's where we're at. We only have one hole in the floor now, and we have drywall going up. This is where we are. So there's been a few things that just haven't been as important to do, because there's been things that have been needs. And then also I missed a good amount of time at work, so I haven't had the time to be able to do those things. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's finding the line in the stories of there's going to be like a different forms of abuse and all that, but what is crossing the line with the audience?
Yeah,
We're
and
not going to talk about those things.
and producer sister also just said that there's a level for her where she's trying to be sensitive, that some of the stories that she reads, the things that happen to people are just absolutely terrible. And the abuse at that point is probably more triggering to people. And that's not fun, right? So we had moments through this that we were laughing. We had moments through this where there was positive.
There has to be some.
Yeah, there has to be something about it that is not like just awful, awful, awful. And sometimes stories that people share are just awful, which is really sad. I'm sure we all have stories like that. And this too, producer sister not only found this, but had to keep this a secret most of the time. You are a queen. Exactly. We see each other every day. Every day.
Your husband's praises, and I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. Ah. Jackie Swan, thank you so much for the super chat, because I love this channel, guys. Thanks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing us. We need, you know, we know that you guys can pick anything. And the fact that you choose to be here is wild to us. And we're so, so thankful for it.
That's the thing, like the next saga I have has police, has different types of abuse, it has all these things involved.
Yeah, producers.
Right.
Yeah, producer sister just said like the next one she's got lined up, like there's a lot in it. There's a lot of drama, there's a lot of stuff, but there's still parts of it that are like, it's going to cause discussion. It's going to be one of those things from what I've been told, and I haven't been told very much, but you know, I there is something special about being able to like have that curveball with you guys and we're all reacting in real time. I had no idea. No idea. And I think you can probably see it on my face when I read it. My goodness. Okay. I think we need to wind down. Give me 1 second. Producer sister hasn't had the time to read a few other things that we could go over, but I think we're at a point where, yeah, we're at almost 3 hours. We need to stop. Say boo. Water buffalo. Yeah, this is a lot. This has been a lot. So we'll wrap it up. I think I'm going to wrap it up at around the 3 hour mark. So we got about another 7-8 minutes together. If you guys have any more comments, any more support you want to send in, anything else you want to say, now is the time. Now is the time. And we can have that time together. This wine has been incredible, by the way. I really enjoyed this. Oh my goodness. I feel like we have experienced something together. You know what I mean? We all felt it together. We all got through it. I think I can tell you that this group of people, Dan's brother and OP, both of those OPs are always welcome in this community. If for some incredible reason either of them ended up watching this, also Joe's ex. Yeah. You got, like, you're welcome here. Anytime, we support you 100%. Okay, this is the other thing. There is an update with Joe's ex. It's small. It is small, but we could do that at some point, but it's definitely not enough to be its own. It's not its own thing. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So we can look at that. But yes, Carbonized Stardust, we survived cruise control. We made it. We made it to the end. We made it. Oh, Mandalorian, yeah. T-shirts, we survived cruise control. Do it for Dan. You know what? At this point, I feel like it should be like a shirt that's like a print that has a lot of these things on it. So like a do it for Dan and we survived cruise control. You know, F all the way off with that. All those fun things. Oh, thank you, Mandalorian, for suggesting that. My goodness. We need stickers or pins. We want pins for do it for Dan. Shut up. I would wear it proudly. Ah! You guys are so funny. You guys are so funny. My original plan was that I wasn't going to do merch until I got to 50K, which I feel like that's going to take me longer than I was expecting. And that's okay. That's okay. I love doing this. I love doing this. I love you guys being here. So it be what it be. It be what it be. Oh my goodness. Okay. You guys, the support you've given today has been amazing. Amazing. Avenged Supreme. Yes, there should be a list of all the inside jokes with numbers. Yeah, you know what? I think that is a good idea. That might be something I do over the holidays. And we can just kind of have that as like if we're talking about the inside jokes and someone doesn't know the inside joke, we can be like, here's video. Here is video so you can be in on the joke. Carbon Stardust, I'd like a window sticker for my car that says do it for Dan and has your channel tag on it. What? You want me on your car? Ah! That'd be so funny. That'd be really, really funny. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Yeah, people would see it and be like, who the F is Dan? My Eurovision people, who the hell is Dan? Who the hell is Edgar? And yes, Denise, your stuff is moving too quick. Denise would be like, they should be numbered 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Yeah, why not? Why not? City D just said, Kim, you're so down to earth. Thank you for being you and being real. That's why this works. I can't do anything else. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do anything else. It be what it be. Michael Scott, I love inside jokes. One day, I hope to be part of one. Well, you all are part of one at this point. You all are part of one. Oh my goodness. The people I put it on my car. Jackie, I put it on my wheelchair. My gosh, do it for Dan. License plate hold. What is I'm gonna have to talk to non-automotive people. Like, oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah. I will say, Judy, though, I agree. I think Cruise Control hated father-in-law for getting out of a marriage, which she wanted full control over. Yep. And then she didn't get that, so she wanted full control over her son, and that is exactly what she did. Sarai, you are not invisible. I can see you. Hello. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow we all need to comment, do it for Dan on Popcorn Plus. You don't have to, guys. Guys, here's the thing here's kind of the way that I view YouTube. When you all come into my show, I'm inviting you into my house. You are literally like, I am in my house. You've been invited into my house. And so my rules, my house, right? If we go over to Andy's house, his rules, his house. Right. And I don't want to like disrupt anything or stuff like that. I don't want to be disrespectful, all that type of thing. So I want to see Andy's reaction. One day I would love to actually just invite some friends on the show and we would do one of these like What the Wuts and just have them experience this together. It would be really funny. I think it would be a great time. Exactly. This is Space Angel domain. Carbon, I started, yo, we've done it before. We did the elevator numbers there and he smirked. I had to fill him in. I had to tell him before. Like because I was like, they're going to go. They're going to go. And I'm so sorry. Right? It's the same thing that like, there's jokes on Popcorn, like the who is the hottest guy? Like that whole thing and everything. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, goat sausage, which we brought up earlier. F Pig, if anyone remembers F Pig. That's my favorite thing. That was that whole day was very much, we were talking about the story about Bill Murray and how he had been accused of doing something on set he should not have done. It was not appropriate. And Steph and I were both very like, not okay. Not okay. We are not good with this. And I think we had a very much a moment of like, we were so disappointed. Like we were so disappointed that Bill Murray had done that because we didn't want that to be true. Because we both liked Bill Murray. And we were like, why? Why? And Steph just got so mad about it. And then she just yelled that he was an F pig. And then it was just a thing. It's about Bill Murray. And that's why I had the sign on the wall for a while, because it just made me laugh. It was so funny. It was so funny. Exactly. And then, yeah, the emojis. The emojis. That's what we do. Shauna Brown, Kim needs wine every stream. I don't think we have the budget for that yet. No. Honestly, this is actually the first wine that I have had in a long time. I haven't been drinking for a while, so. Cindy D, I heard about Bill Murray. What did he do? He did settle, I believe, and admitted that it happened. He didn't think that it was that big of a deal, but he held down one of the other crew members on a show he was filming and was inappropriate. And it was in front of the entire staff, and she felt very scared, very taken advantage of, and it was not good. And the way that I look at it is, I get that you're doing, and it was on a bed. It was on set. He pinned her down on a bed, if I remember this correctly. And to me, when you are acting, when you're on a set, any of those things that are happening, that's your office, right? That's where you work. And if you wouldn't take someone and lay them down on a desk in front of your entire staff and hold them down and restrain them, you shouldn't be doing it on a film set. This is a place of business. Especially when it has, like, the person that you do it to isn't even like an actor. You guys aren't doing anything for pretend, lack of a better term, on set. And it's become a bigger problem through Hollywood, I think, that people are getting taken advantage of when they're shooting. Some actors are taking advantage of the other person because they're in a vulnerable place, which is why there was a big thing, I believe, with the actors' strike, with the SAG strike about intimacy coordinators, because people shouldn't be scared to do their job that someone's going to take advantage of them. It's really, really sad. And it does happen, and it sucks. So, yeah. Just looking. Well, guys, we've been going for 3 hours. This has been one heck of a show. Yeah, yep, right. Elisa, perfect comment. Yep, I had some alcohol too. It's so shocking. I hope OP is really happy now without these two people. 100%. 100%. Well, you guys, I am going to log off now. Thank you all for sticking out for this super long episode. I hope you all had fun. I am going to ask you guys, and I would very, very much appreciate it, when the stream ends, please reload the page and leave a comment. It sends a very strong message to YouTube that not only is this a video that there was a lot of engagement with in the chat, but there's also engagement in the comments. So as a standalone video, people are interested in watching it. And that helps us to be able to reach other people and to bring people into this community. So if that's something you would be willing to do, I would very much appreciate it. So we're going to do the outro. It'll go for about 10 seconds and then we will be done. Thank you all so much for watching. Much love to all of you. Be good to yourselves. And if all goes well, I will see you all on Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. Much love.